Oi, oi. Happy Flat Day, guys. Welcome back to the Great Flat Earth British Think Tank's Awesome Flat Day. And this is going to be awesome. We're going to have a great time here today. Let me just check my comms are in order. Think Tank's Awesome Flat Day. And this is going to be. That'll do nicely. So it's been an awesome week on the truth of front. Lots going on positive, awesome vibes. And lots to learn. I've learned a lot this week. I've learned a lot about myself. I've learned a lot of information. And I'm willing to learn all the time. So that's what I'm going to do here today. I'm going to learn something with you all. So ancient advanced technology discovered under the pyramids. This is all over the internet. You know, first time I seen it, the first thing I thought was, oh, look at these channels that are pushing it. Alarm calls. And LiDAR. It's a bit of a suspect name, LiDAR, isn't it, when it sounds like LiDAR? Isn't that satellites or something? Yeah, well, not really in the camp of thinking they're an actual thing. So there's that. But I have very good reason to look at this subject because I have been proposing some sort of technology under the pyramid and emanating from the Great Pyramid itself and not really being any resting place of any pharaohs. And no pyramids are actually tombs because no dead bodies have ever been found in them. So we're going to have a look at that. And there's good reason, as you will see, because we've been talking about this shit for years. But do I trust it? Well, it's them, isn't it? But that doesn't matter if it's, to be honest, you know, the point of this post is, guys, it doesn't actually matter. You know, my point is if it's true or fake, they're still putting it out there into the medium. And they're saying in newspaper articles, oh, this stuff's going to be, you know, rewrite the history books. You know, there was an advanced technology. So that's pushing for an extra 2 series of Ancient Aliens then, no doubt. So I'm guessing there's $1 attached to it somewhere. But regardless, I'm no scientist, so I can't say whether this has happened or not. It seems, you know, a giant leap of the imagination to think that they have ground penetrating radar that goes like 2 kilometers down. Squirrel Sniper was mentioning earlier. You know, back in the old days of Time Team, they used to have geophase ground penetrating radar that was only go to a meter. So now apparently they're doing it from, you know, up in space and penetrating the ground. But like I said, I'm no scientist. But I doubt this is genuine data. The data is available for you to look at. Apparently, you've got to be versed in Italian, so I'm not really going to do that. So we are going to look at it, and we're going to look at other developments this week. There's been a few developments. It's like prophecy. Is prophecy coming true? I wonder. But we're going to look at the increasing amount of wildfires that are popping up all over the world. And I've been talking about these for years. They're in Wales now. There's a mountain quite close to where I am actually on fire, which is really weird because I live in a very damp sort of fishbowly place, but apparently the mountain's still there. So what if that there's actually no deliberate cause in it whatsoever, and the chance that it's happening from underground, like the heat's coming up, like everywhere in the world? I'm just putting it out there. So we'll have a look at that later on. And sound weapons have been used this week, which is uncanny because I talked about the advancement in sound technologies to be used against people. And they got used this week in Belgrade, and it's really sinister if they should be developing and going forward with that on crowds and mass protests and stuff. But they have used a similar technology. I remember a few years ago, they put some sort of alarm outside my local shop that only the teenagers could hear. So they didn't hang around outside the chip shop at lunch hour. And they're like, oh, fuck no. And they just went. I couldn't hear anything. My son Lawrence is like, oh my God. Because it was set for age or something. I don't know how they do this, but they are doing it. So we're going to look into developments in sound technologies. I think they're using subtle sound technologies on us all the while, guys. You know, they can use it for mind control. I'm sure a good percentage of the population have been hypnotized. Hypnotizing is indeed a thing. And these really accomplished hypnotists like Dan Brown and stuff, you know, they can hypnotize people by a tip of the shoulder, you know, and just these people are gone. They're a fucking chicken. So, you know, they only have to like get everyone to watch, say, the same sporting event, or maybe the King's Speech at Christmas, or something that lots and lots of people will be watching, and then stick some hypnotism in it, and everyone's like back to sleep. Hey, there's a new dinosaur. Elon Musk is going to Mars. Okay, no. So yeah, the world's gone to a crazy town, hasn't it? I'm not going to mention any of that. You know, one in the Statue of Liberty back, France. Yeah, really strange behaviour by the world leaders. I think we could sort this. I've got a cunning plan to save the world. No, I have. It's really brilliant. And it's more than Jesus getting out of a giant cube that might happen. Although I do want rights for the first exclusive interview with Jesus and possible surrender as well. But if the world leaders were bunny rabbits, you know, just replace all problems would be gone. Just replace all world leaders with bunny rabbits, and then employ llamas from Tibet to interpret what the rabbits are saying. But obviously, like, the rabbit will be sat in the Oval Office munching a carrot on a table, and then the, you know, interpreter will be saying, he's saying he like carrot. And everyone will be like, writing this down. Sir, no more world problems. Problem solved. And then he say, he want everyone to make a queue and give him pets. And then all of the world leaders, all the people just queue up and pet the world leaders. Now, isn't this a better world? Do you want this world? Let's make it so, guys. Let's make it so. Join me in Martin World today. Okay, today will be an unusual trip. We're going to do a lot of stuff in this. It's going to be one of those flat a day experiences, a roller coaster ride of experience for you all. As you can see, the setting is this is how I see my world. Later on, we're going to be looking at Jews. We're going to be Jews, DEW for the algorithm, and we're going to be looking at the earliest photographs available of Baltimore in Maryland. And Baltimore is really bugging me because these are from like 2 years after the end of the American Civil War in 1868. Yet there's this big, massive, thumping great city, but there isn't any people. So we'll look at that. Later on, I've got some rare medieval pictures that have just been released this week from France. Yeah, from 17 something. And I've taken the time to translate roughly the French Latin wording. And I'm going to give you my efforts to find out what's happening with the adventures of the knight, Sir Tristan, the average knight. And it will be an enjoyable ride. That'll be later on in this post. We're going to have a look at Sharon Tate, because I want to, and some of the aspects of that, some of the creepy aspects of what was going on in the 60s with Manson, Laurel Canyon, and all of that weirdness with Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Neil Young. And I used to love Neil Young until I found out what a schmuck he was. Fuck me. So we're going to look into later on some awesome pictures of antiquity, really mind-blowing, all of it. And there's going to be plenty of questions to lead us up to the end of the day, with picks of the day and shares and everything else. It's going to be awesome. Make sure to subscribe, make sure to sub, and all of those groovy things that they all do on YouTube. Okay, so I'm an alternative historian, so I'm not in the camp of taking official data on board and believing it, you know, haphazardly. Although there are a lot of videos out there now where everyone's jumping on the bandwagon of this subject because it's up on the trending and the algorithm for YouTube purposes. But I have a different reason for looking at this, guys. And all will become apparent when we start sharing screen. I'm going to give a few of you shouts and let a few of you rally in, see what's going on in there. Martha, my dear, good to see you. Amiga, good to see you. 52, are you? Ooh. And Ryan's in the house. And Bear, thanks for your email, Bear. Sharon Tate, yeah, there's something you may not know about her. We're going to have a look at that a bit later. And I think it's a thing. So a whole new thing that nobody's talked about on YouTube, which I'm going to talk about. So we'll have a think about that later. And I may make a smaller video about it in the future. Paris Calvin, good to see you, my man. Squirrel Sniper, thanks for your input earlier on this strange subject. Louise, which is a lovely name. Leaf Cat was my grandmother's name, Louisa. Mo, good to see you, my bro. What's happening, Ritmo? What's happening? It's nice here, the weather too, as well, mate. Ritmo. It was lovely today. Wales land, sun was shining, a little bit, tiny bit chilly, but really nice. Kathy, good to see you. It was the first day of spring this week, so I'm springing it up, as you can see, full of the joys of spring. Voila. Well, yes. I'm going to take you all with me on this strange voyage that we're going to be going through tonight. Voyage into Martin's Brian. Right, what's 16 Alpha say? I haven't heard that anyone found any stuff under the pyramids. Yeah, it's been all over the internet all week. Loads of YouTubers, and it's just there. It's up there. But they're putting it out there. I'll show you the feeds on some of the scientific papers and some of the main, the mainstream press bollocks that they're talking about it like it's a real thing. But they do that a lot anyway. But yeah, so they're going to be putting it out into me. Maybe in a year's time, everyone will be like, hey ho, that never happens, and on with the show, like the way it usually happens in this place. Maybe it'll all get forgotten about. For the time being, they say that there are mile long coils or pillars even under the Great Pyramids at Giza, and other stuff, big stuff. Which I already know about because this isn't actually news. I've been talking about it since 2017. So there's that. Vibes is in the house. Bob. I'm going to look at Hong Kong later, maybe, Bob. Okay, just pay homage to Hong Kong Fooey. And Google has a typo thing for the word Fooey, which I found incredible. I didn't think it was an actual word. Beachmaster, Mama Cat. Sail away with me, honey. Love that song, do you? I'm going to start crying. Put it all together. Pilaro Pip, the great technologies under the pyramid. Yeah, so I've been talking about this for years because I have like a Lead Van to Hat Atlas from 1733, which got pictures of all of these big places under. And Kirshter as well shows old books of, you know, a different looking Sphinx. In fact, two Sphinxes, another one somewhere else. And the pyramids not resembling anything like the pyramids that you may see today, but they're changing the paradigm, aren't they? They're changing the narrative, and they're sneaking it in with the ancient technology. And not only that, they're proposing an ancient grid system. An ancient grid system. So the first time I made a video on the grid system, I looked through all my 1,000 videos that I have stored on a hard drive. It was in 2017. They need to catch the fuck up. Is what they need to do. Kieran, maybe they never used the £1 billion, you know, experiment or whatever it cost and drove over or flew over the Giza plateau, which is, I reckon the whole thing's fake anyway. The plateau is raised up, falls away to Egypt, to Cairo. I think the whole thing's possibly man-made. All I had to do was watch one of my old vlogs, save the money. So there's that. Donna, good to see you. Joy, Anon, Virginia, good to see you. Jonathan, okay, so exactly, Jonathan, exactly. We must be watching your channel. Well, there's a lot to learn, and as you see in this post, there's things that you will never have seen before. And I do like to prompt thought and keep critical mind and critical thinking open. I'm always open to learn. I learned a lot the other day when Guy Anderson on my channel, super chap, and really, really good feedback on the hangout I have with him. But I learned so much. I absolutely love that. That happens so seldom when I sit there and I just learn juicy information. I really love that stuff. So, because I don't claim to know all of it, guys, because obviously I don't. I'm learning every single day. I don't. And things that I learn, you know, I keep an open mind about because things change. I think all is mind. You know, I think that. And I think there's enough reason to think that this place is some sort of holography. I think there's loads of suggestion with that, with what they tell us about quantum mechanics, you know, everything from the I Ching to the, You know, the hidden code in the Bible. It's supposed to be a hidden matrices in the Veda, in the Torah, and the Veda. It's supposed to be hidden matrices, like 3-dimensional or 4-dimensional matrices or whatever, of information, like data, like computer data. It's just like there's so many clues, you know, Mandela effect, changes in the maps. What about Island California? Maybe the modern events, maybe that's actually just how the place looked in another reality before they had some sort of edit. Because the maps make zero sense how they could change that much in the space of just like some maps are 1700 are showing Island California, no Great Lakes. Other maps of the 1700 are showing an elongated west coast of America that's connected up to Asia, like no Bering Strait, and Great Lakes. You know, there's just so many inconsistencies with the maps. So I'm wondering what the fuck is going on with that as well. Excuse me. Hello, new guy. Good to see you. Ted Young is in the house. So yeah, we're going to feel groovy. Martin's going to do the entertainment, truthtainment. Yeah, man, he's got, yeah, good, nice one, Ryan. So Ritmo, Michael Moran. Be careful with that one, my brother. Sorry about that. I bet there's somebody else has done that in the past. So Valerie Pax is news. Hi, Val, lovely. What was that about holography? Holographic simulation. Well, I think Michael Talbot's book got me turned on to it really early. Holographic simulation is nothing to worry about. Just keep your vibe high, and the negative, no, it's easy to do, man. It's as simple as that. It's not a really difficult guideline, is it, Gareth? Don't let them suck you into one of their weird portals, cults, portals. Oh, fucking hell, I feel terrible now. I wish I'd watched that video. You won't get that here. What you get here is a nice fuzzy feeling inside, okay? And I don't want nothing in return. I just want you to be here enjoying what I present. That is it. Adam? And Hugh, what's Hugh saying? Strange times indeed. Computer asked me to prove I am human. Oh, yeah, I know. I know. Why does it do that? Well, yeah, because of what's coming, isn't it? I don't want to mention the mainstreamy stuff. It's just too stupid to even mention. It's all just very, very nuts, isn't it? All this was going on. You can't make it up. So, front row seat. Cheryl, good to see you, lovely. And Lucy Z. Okay. Groovy background today. Oh, I'm glad you approve. It's Lemony Woman. Good to see you. And what's that, Gareth? Yeah, no, what the fuck is that all about? It's really weird, isn't it, this place? So, see, I keep it critical. I don't claim that I know everything, because that would be claiming you are God. And still, I've got a long way to go in the truth game. I don't think I've even reached my zenith yet of activity on the internet. I'm just building up, if you know what I mean. So, keep an open mind, and a critical mind, because that's the way it should be. Otherwise, it becomes something else. Especially if you get your hair off. I get that, because I've been like a flat earther for donkey's years, 10 years now, and I've had people like going nutty with me for not believing what they believe. Now, there's weird. You gotta analyze that. Why are you not believing what I believe? No, it's this way. It's this way. I'm like, well, you fucking do you. I just want to think what I want to think, and I'm just sharing it on the internet. You take it or leave it, face value. That's all I'm doing, guys. Okay, I offer the evidences. You can follow a chain of inquiry yourself, but this is an ongoing journey on Flat Earth British. The thousands, nay, millions I've been watching over the last fucking 10 years and totally know what's going on and get it as well. It's a beautiful thing, and it's fun. So, because I keep it fun. What's that, Kung Fatty? Oh, you got a hurty foot? Oh, sending you healing hurty foot vibes. So we heal your hurty foot. I heal that with the power of my Brian. Lisa Veal? I see someone fix a broken toe overnight, so don't even worry about it. It's incredibly possible. I can't tell you the secret because it's internet. I know, Ritmo. What going? And oh, look at DAC. God blessing me and getting us off to a beautiful start. Okay, let me share screen, and we're going to look at a lot of stuff. 650 of you just turned up. That is most awesome. If you would, share this out. This will be shareable content. Okay, there's not going to be anything non-shareable in this. Okay, we're going to start here. Okay, guys. Now, I posted this 1 month ago. Okay, just 1 month ago. But it's an upload from my series, The Greatest Secret. And it's from 2018, early 2018. The Beaver Maketh Dam. I posted it 2 weeks ago. And it's about under Giza Plateau. And then I go into the technology of King's Chamber being a resonating chamber and the possibility of it producing oxygen for Noah's Ark, which is basically what this thing was possibly. And then now they're coming up with similar depictions to show the torsion field mechanics that are happening around this. Okay, which I was doing a shit ton of years ago, and suggesting that we're in Noah's Ark. So they're changing the narrative. So we will look at it, because we've got to put that in our mind that, oh, they did that, because they keep changing the narrative about a lot of stuff. You know, the composition of comets, you know, there's just this, that, and the other. They keep changing. Since I've been on YouTube the last 10 years, I've seen so many changes in paradigm stuff that everyone else has just carried on with for some reason. Really weird. So this is the Benjamin stone. They took it off the top of the Great Pyramid of Giza for some reason. Some people say it's part of the device. It's in the museum. I couldn't tell you what stone it's made of, but what I could say is it's not the same stone as what you see the rest of the pyramid. Although, you know, there is citations, Herodotus, etc. They're supposed to be covered in white reflected marbles and stuff. But you know, they say a lot about the pyramid. Is it ancient? What is it doing there? I would say that this is from somebody else. Somebody else's doings. And I would say that they know. I would say that they know that there's energy, some sort of energy coming up through the Giza Plateau. If you remember that video, I had Professor Hawis telling me I was full of shit. Now, suddenly you get to 2025 and I'm not full of shit. They need to make their minds up. Here are the Anzacs in the First World War. As you can see, they got a joey, a kangaroo, and they're off to war. They're off to the Gallipoli front to have a terrible time of it. But what they did before they went off to battle is they brought large amounts of troops in and they camped them on the Giza Plateau. Now, is that just so they could see fantastic pyramids before they fuck off and die in war? Or is there something at the Giza Plateau that helps an army recharge? Because they were doing it with the British Army and the Australians. They were camping them at Giza before the war. As you can see, it's on a lifted up plateau. And if you, some of the old books that I've shown, the old depictions, just see this is a cliff, it just falls away. You can stand here, it's just a giant cliff. And this whole plateau, this bit here, there's stuff underneath it. It's long been known. They've covered up, and you know, they cover it up. They put big chain locks on there, and the keys get given to Hawis, and then he doesn't let you down there. All the secrets of what's going on under these miracle things. This was an AI thing that got produced maybe a year ago. That got everyone thinking about, oh, what about under the pyramids? There's intriguing. You just blew my mind there. And now, pyramids, and this was on the 21st of March, which was only a, there you go. Pyramids or ancient power grids. Ancient power grids. Radar scans reveal massive underground structures in Egypt's Giza. New radar scans, some new type of radar, I don't know, maybe, reveal a vast underground complex beneath pyramids of Giza. Now, if they had said that they flew over in some sort of plane and done the lidar, it would have made it more believable. It's when they said satellites, because in my brain, I don't think anything's orbiting anything. Anyway, that's just me. A groundbreaking study, okay, groundbreaking, well, it wasn't when I said it, using advanced radar technology has revealed the vast and intricate underground structure beneath the pyramids of Giza. Scientists of Pisa used SAR, S-A-R. A tomography of scan of Kheops pyramid and found a subterranean system that extends approximately 2 kilometers below all 3 pyramids. So apparently this ground penetrating radar, which is new to me, and I'm not a scientist, like I said, can penetrate 2 kilometers. Is that the deepest they can penetrate? I thought they know us in the center of their globe. I thought they said they knew. How do they know us in the center, this geode? How do they know that it's molten or metal core? They say. And beneath these pathways lie 8 vertical cylindrical wells, which are encircled by descending spiral pathways that stretch down up to 648 meters. Ultimately merging with 2 massive cube-shaped structures, each measuring 80 meters per side. The video released by the Reach Report, right, that's totally credible. But they say it's a mechanical energy-related function. So they're putting it out there that it ain't a tomb, this is a technology, and basically everything we'll be talking about. So they're just jumping on it. Apparently it looks like that. They look like fasces to me. Rods with a coil all the way around it. They're fasces, is what they look like. And then the resonators on top. Somebody was mentioned the Giza earlier. This resonating technology of the King's Chamber, they call it the whistling chamber. There's an audible sound coming off of it, guys, because it's resonating constantly and constantly making energy, and it's still making energy. And all of that below. Maybe there is something below it. I'm not trusting this LiDAR for a second, guys, because of who it is. But the fact still remains that I've been speaking about stuff under there, and now they're saying that there's stuff under there. Is it real? Is it not? I don't know. Highly interesting to me. That's why we're looking at it. We're moving on. Other news this week. Controlled burns. I can't tell you the amount of emails I've had concerning this subject. Matt, you've been talking about this for years. Oh my shit. Oh my shit. Yes, I have been talking about it for years because this is an ongoing thing. It's almost like this, that either there's something going on with the earth where it's lighting from above, or that there is an enemy that we can't see, that we don't know about, that has some scorched earth policy ongoing. You know, a bit like the Germans had in Russia. Because it's been ongoing for quite some time. As you can see, San Francisco, all of the buildings in front of this, as you know from my recent posts, were intact and not taken up by an earthquake, but taken up by some weird firestorm or whatever happened. And the precision, wildfires, California, Maui, Palisades, etc. Now, people are saying, oh, the trees don't burn because there's liquid inside them. Yeah, I get that they are full of fluid because they're trees, but does that mean that forest fires are not real then? Because they're real, aren't they? So trees do burn, don't they? Yes, they do. So that's a weak argument right there. So it's just a few photographs here on the back of that video that I did last week concerning San Francisco. And when they're getting the stuff back together, the people actually live there. And the questions and the people talking to me in my comments saying things like, man, there's no way then people should have turned up, you know, in their Sunday finest, coming down Market Street from God knows where in their thousands, into a zone that's got buildings falling down, apparently still seismic activity, so later, you know, shakes, and that is currently being demolished using high explosives. Yeah, all of the people, all fuzzy and happy, clean and not a care in the world, all moseying on through the streets somewhere. The footage that I show you on that video goes down this street here, Market Street, and all of these buildings are gone. And they're not gone through an earthquake because, as you can see, the core tower is on fire, but the buildings are all in situ. How can that be? And note the size of these doorways you get on these massive buildings, because we're going to look at some of them a little bit later in Baltimore. And another thing, guys, as well, is this. You know, these types of architecture, which some people, we say, are Tatarian types of architecture, how is it that they are in every major city? Are you telling me that all old enemies in countries like Germany and Britain or Japan or China and America and South America and South Africa and Australia have all got identical architecture, same plans? They got owl theatres. They have Tatarian type Munster houses everywhere in the world. It doesn't matter if you're in Portland, it doesn't matter if you're in Cape Town. How is that possible? Do you think everyone in the world is sharing architectural plans? Because some of these countries are not actually talking to one another. Same with the star forts. People sharing star fort plans. Because they're supposed to be enemies and they're supposed to be a military thing. So you wouldn't share use our fort, what it looks like inside enemy, would you? So that makes no sense either, does it, guys? You can see the call center has started fire from the roof and not from the bottom. And now all of them buildings coming up to the call center are gone. And the soldiers with guns. There's a little fire engine here, and there's a little squirty of water. I'm sure that does a lot of bloody good. Whatever's happening behind that smoke screen is the demolition, somehow, of the entire city. But what gets me more than anything is this. There's all of this footage of the earthquake and subsequent aftermath of the earthquake. Yet the city is said to have been built back in 9 years, including the biggest exposition, the Pan-Pacific Exposition, the biggest on Earth. How is it possible that there's no photographs of San Francisco being built back after the earthquake? Anybody? Go on, look, bring them to me. Because it's none. And yet, boom, all of these big architectural delights are all back magically after they've been destroyed for the second time, because that was not the first fire of San Francisco. There was another one in the 1850s. Anyone? Maybe I'm just missing something. Maybe just tripping. And that was the picture that got me thinking. The fact that there has been no earthquake and there is a city intact. I think that's quite groundbreaking myself. And there you can see the hotel and the American flag's absolutely smashing. There's people out and about and it's on fire from the roof. I wonder how that happened. And it's uncanny, just the attitude on these people that come into the city after. There it is when it's all rebuilt. Look, they built it all back, no problem. This is it in the 50s. Oh, no, 40s. And you can see the call center, or the call tower, excuse me, with 4 Angels technology, by the way, all back, juicy and running. But no photographs of it all being rebuilt. Weird that, isn't it, guys? Non-player character. This is 100%. This footage here, made by the Miles brothers, April 1906, is a fabricated movie. And there's no doubt that is. I've got proof that. That's something that I'm completely confident that is true in my life, is that was fabricated, which poses big, big questions, guys. Was it a robbery? Safes, the money, somebody had it. It's the only color footage available of it. Again, behind the smoke screen, who even knows? But whatever's happening behind the smoke screen, it can't be too dangerous, because these 2 chicks here think it's absolutely hilarious. I wonder why that is. Why it would be so funny. They're having a great little day, aren't they? Oh, I'm quite a tiz. This is really such an adventure. Yes, taking over the city is the best thing that I've ever done. We're going to take so many more. This is our world now. Oh, will they mind? No, they're all dead. The ruins of Chinatown. You don't see too many Chinese people in the photographs following this this event, I must say. But look at this Antiquity. This is Steiner Street Catholic Church. Steiner had a few things to say about reality, didn't he? Looks like Antiquity to me. Looks like it was active. You can't see a building like sort of tipped over by there. But I'm not satisfied with the evidence of any earthquake. And the fabricated film is just too much for my Brian. San Francisco, it wasn't an earthquake. That little kid gave the game away. And these two, well, they think it's fucking brilliant. Oh, what a laugh. Oh, yeah, it was only 4,000 dead. Is that all? Yeah, can you smell their bodies? No, actually, I can't. No, it's funny that, isn't it? Because all these people all mosey into the city. They haven't got their faces covered. There should be like carts full of dead people. But there doesn't seem to be any of that going on, guys. Really strange behavior. So ongoing fires at the moment. Mexico got a few, and there's a few in Texas, and there's a few in New Mexico. There usually is, though. I seen a massive one when I was going across New Mexico. If the sky was filled with smoke, and it took us like about 6 hours to get to where it was, and we're still miles away. Craziness. That's proves that there was no curvature as well. So all of that is happening, and there's a decided shortage of Canadian fires, I've noticed. There's like a line, especially where California goes up. It's just a line where there's, we haven't got the map here, but they've not got too many. And what happens now with flying, guys? Maybe somebody can fill me in. You know, with this this weird thing that's going on with America and Canada. Can America planes still fly over Canadian airspace? Or do they have to, you know, add loads of miles on by coming out here? I wonder. Or are they going to call the military? How bloody stupid. How stupid. I can't even believe this is happening. They're all nutty. And these are how many are ongoing in Great Britain at the moment. Wildfires. Now, it's not unusual to have wildfires, but it is this time of year. And this one is just in a mountain north of me here in Wales. I can't see the smoke here, but it has been shown. And this is up by Ruffin. Up by Ruffin in the valleys, which is not too far from where I am here in Cardiff. And you can see the entire mountain is on fire, which is really uncanny because Wales is really damp. And it's really hard to get any grass burning in this place. I've noticed that with making campfires. It's like the bottom of a fish pool, a goldfish bowl here in Wales. It's always bloody damp. And Cardiff's the wettest city in Britain. So there's that. So these are up, and for March as well, this, and look at the scale of the smoke. Ongoing everywhere worldwide. Spain, Portugal, everywhere are having wildfires. And is it always been the case, or is it just because we got the internet now that we're aware of wildfires? Well, I can't remember any before in my childhood, like, you know, being a thing. But there's loads of things that are not a thing now. Okay, another thing that I've been talking about that's come true as well is this. Hi guys, welcome. 800 odd of you. Welcome to Flat Earth British. Good to see you. Tax the fires, DN. You know, it is sinister, some of these developments, guys. You know that you can see what's happening with the world. You know, I watched a stupid Elon Musk speech earlier where he was saying that in the future, there'll be no poverty and everybody will have abundance. I was like, wow. Can you imagine a world where everybody has anything that they need? Like, yeah, that would be fucking fantastic. But, you know, what about the kids that are in a rubbish dump in Mombasa? Were they going to be included in your fucking plan? Very much doubt it. So I posted about this 4 years. No, excuse me. This is from 2018. 7 years ago, my series, The Greatest Secret, Never Told. And I talk about pain without injury and technologies, the advancement in technologies of electromagnetic technologies, phase technologies, and sound technologies as well. Like, you know, the oh, fuck off. Oh, what? Excuse me. Fucking advert. let me stop sharing. I don't want to show an advert. And I'll start sharing again now in a minute. Bloody adverts. Don't worry, I actually put that in. Anyway, so. Okay, pain without injury. So yeah, so it can heat your under your skin a little bit. And there's another version, if you can see this video here, which is a sound burst, which literally flattens people. If it's ramped up, it can actually whip their clothes off too. But what it will do is it'll move a large crowd away. And I talked about this as being a fascist technology and part of magnetron technology, which is decidedly like what's happening underneath the Giza plateau. So this was Belgrade this week. They had a disturbance there, or what they call a protest, I guess. Excuse me. Let's do that again. So the government are saying that they never used a sound weapon when evidently that they have, and there's other footage out there as well. This is a development that I knew that was coming. Hi, Neil Russell. And well, it's quite sinister when you think that they can just disperse a crowd with sound. But I'm surprised they didn't use it previous to this time. But things are heating up, and they're heating up here in Britain as well. Especially with the spring coming. People don't do much in the winter months, but wait till the spring comes. Whew. So yeah, these are amazing. And I tell you why, guys, because these are from 2 years after the American Civil War's ended. These are like the earliest of Baltimore. And as you can see, this is like 1868, this, a big city up and running. You don't see too many people in this city. It is a beautiful maritime city, as I'm sure you're aware of. But ultrasound, that's it, Oliver, ultrasound. Sinister little development. But once you're in that, you can't be in it. You've got to get out of it. And that is like, you know, it just flattens people. They're gone. They got to get away, guys. They got to go. So yeah, check out this architecture in, let me see, in Baltimore. The old port of Baltimore in, I believe, Maryland has got beautiful architecture and great infrastructure. This got me. Check this out. It's a giant fasces in the middle of the town. And they got like a door going underneath it as well for this monument. Pure Phoenician, surrounded by railings. Why? Surrounded by bollards and chains. Why? In case a horse and cart, the transport of the day, run into it. Do you see what I mean? No, this is part of a tech. And then you got a fasces, exactly like what's under the pyramids, a pillar with it's bound to create a charge. So when was this city built? You know, because I tell you what, it's way established. And look at the ivy on that building, how established that ivy is. That takes forever and a day to establish ivy. Not too many people around. So the telegraph, 1865, yes, that's safe to presume that they got the telegraph. But look at these tiered buildings, the size of them. The main door is up the stairs here and up there to get into this building. And it looks Moorish. It looks Moorish. And these upper rails, this is luxury, unbelievable. But I think this is a building that was built with flood protection in mind, that if floods came in, you could just get out your boat onto these. I always think that these buildings have reset protection. So there's a guy hanging around on the corner there. I don't think loitering is allowed. There is that fasces thing. And there's a bank on the corner. They always have a bank on the corner. So it's not really the Wild West, is it? Because them Wild West films, they're all set in like the 1860s or 50s and stuff, in there. We've all seen Clint Eastwood, haven't we? So why don't they show Wild West films like this then? Because the banks they have then are usually really shitty. Like the Bank of Santa Fe. It's like a little mud hut or something. Although it would be probably made of mud in Santa Fe, to be fair. Although Santa Fe is very, very beautiful. Very, very lucky the people who live there. So I wonder what the door does. I wonder if there's a gantry. There's no gantry on top for landing a balloon. But it's definitely the Phoenicians, isn't it? Got their footprint there. So there's a few horse and carties around. So what is that? Maybe the armory? Let's have a little guess. Beautiful red. I'm guessing red brick. So it's the Hooper Hall College in Baltimore. 1903, this one. I thought it was later. It was a different colour. But vanilla sky's going on wickedly in these pictures. So that one's nice. Not too many people around. Look at that building. It looks modern. Like super modern. Like now. And that one is copyright 1903. And it is the armory. So yeah, why is it that like Michigan and other cities have got these armories that look exactly like castles? They got a Masonic thing going on here as well now. It's brilliant condition. Everything's so nice in your world, isn't it? It's not poo now. It's lost its luster. Oh my God, what religion is this? I think this might be the synagogue. Yeah, I think it is. Definitely these lower windows going on thing. And they got the Four Angels technology of domage going on. So there's that. And I'm not sure why in Baltimore they have a Chinese pagoda, but they do. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? Look at them. Imagine living in there. And look at the little bit of tech they got going on there. Wind vane. But vanes can collect charge because you can buy a flag online that collects static charge. And it has veins through it. So this is the stock exchange. So then they had the stock exchange in Baltimore. Look at them windows there. Yeah, these buildings are massive, man. But they always have the juice up top, guys. Look, the Phoenician stuff. Oh, so look at him. He's in the brokers. Is he broke in the brokers? Alex Nelson Bankers. He moved. The lion. I bet he never knew he'd end up on a Flat Earth British Post in 2025 when he stuck his head out the window that day. Look at that. Look at this. 18. Big fuck. So much for Wild fucking West, guys. Jeez. Look at this. What's that running on then? Electricity. We've got the electric tram going. This is later. These are much later ones. But look at that building there, guys. What a monster. And that is John Hopkins Hospital. Yeah, man. What a trip. These buildings are mad. Anyway, hang on. What year was that? 1902. It gets destroyed a year later. I wonder what a coincidence that is that these photographic records should come out a year before the city is destroyed. So have a look what it looks like before it all disappears. Because like everywhere else, Ottawa, Toronto, Seattle, doesn't matter. Ooh. And then we can take a look at space stuff. They got an observatory on top of that dome, guys. An observatory for looking at the sky. Not too many people about them. Wow, that's a nice one. What's this thing? Electric company. So United. Is that Westinghouse? Oh, United Railways Electric Company. So they're generating electric in there. So I'm guessing there's huge turbines in there then, guys. Maybe coal burning turbines, maybe generating electricity. Ooh. Check out that building again. It's got a ladder on it. No, they're putting up poles. They're putting up poles for what? Telegraph. They're already up the telegraph. Maybe they're replacement poles or something. Who even knows? Yeah, it's beautiful, Baltimore. Juicy. Look at that. Going up that hill. Look how lovely it was back then. This is a winter shot, isn't it? Let's have a little look. Up to that fasciates thing. It looks a lot. This is a different pillar. It's got a door in it. It's not the fasciates one. It's a different one. And that one's got people on an observation platform with a door. Maybe that is the fasciates one. Looks different. So you could easily fly a balloon in there, couple it up to there in the old world, walk out, and you're delivered right into the centre. Go and visit the church, have a walk around beautiful town, and then get back on your balloon. Stonking. And they've just planted trees as well. Just planted trees there, but these ones are maybe 10 years old. And there is the Crown lunchroom. Oh, I'd love to go in there. I bet their food tastes yummy. Lots of vanilla sky, lots of spaghetti sky wires. What are you saying, guys? What are you saying? Famaggy. Ooh. Edgar's, maybe? Famaggy. That's different, isn't it? I bet you could buy some interesting things in Famaggy. Oh, God, I bet. All them old world lovely tonics. Look, it says tonic there. That rum tonic. Rum tonic. It is a tonic, rum. If you have a tot of rum, helps you out. If you get cold or good for shock. Brandy's good for shock. If you're shaking and you just had a nasty shock, have a tot of brandy. Sort you right out. Medicinal purposes. Not condoning alcohol use. Don't believe it's a good thing. Any controlled substance, like what they tell you, is terrible to humanity. Right, this one looks like the town is deserted. It's that observation platform, door at the bottom, and what looks like in winter months, Baltimore 180-foot statue of Korsiki. Summit attained by 200 spiral steps going up that. Washington Monument. Sweet. And that's the smaller one, the Battle Monument. Fair enough. They're two different ones. Okay. You can't get off on a balloon on that one then. Just that one. Wow. So much for Wild West, guys. Phew. Although this isn't the West, is it? This is Maryland. And look at the size of that building. Holy moly, macaroni. Right, they got another one as well, a third one. And what are these odd fellows? Oh, God. There's a nasty little anagram of odd fellows I don't want to mention on YouTube. But yeah, they are odd fellows indeed. There's the odd fellow symbol. Strange, isn't it? Gangs to get together and sort things out amongst themselves like everyone else. It's a really strange thing. Just go back there a minute. What them wood things are around it. Don't know. Everyone's just turned up. The whole town's there now. Everyone's just arrived. Let's have a look what they're all up to. They arrived at the monument. Soldiers with guns. They're all soldiers with guns. I would give it a guess as this is in the American Civil War, near the Union Army. Otherwise, why is there a shit ton of troops on the streets? So that's an earlier one again. So that building's being built. The roof's there, look. And outside that beautiful building, look, it's got advertising things in there. It's been a fucking yonks. I said refurb. This shack goes so tremendously well with this bit of antiquity. Wow. You got window tax in America, did you? I didn't know that. Fucking hell. Everywhere in the world had window tax. Why build a window and just block it up, guys? And there's something with that. And the blocking up and bricking up at the mud flood lower windows is something with that. Something that I haven't twigged yet. It's not window tax. They're blocking the windows for protection. I was thinking blast protection. Look at that Greco-Romano thing. Classical revival or the real thing? You decide. Yeah, what a well-established city, guys. Beautiful. Carrot cake. Did somebody mention cake in chat? Ooh, cake. Okay. Harlem Terrace, beautiful gardens. Looks like the Red Star of Belgrade. That would be apt right now. Washington Monument, Baltimore. Yeah, it's not bad, that American scenery. Let's have a look at it. Yeah, mega fascias with, I guess these are dragons or eagles or something. No. I bet there's a room in there that does something. Wow, that's beautiful. Don't know what it is. Possibly hospital or asylum or something or other. Look at the size of these things. Shattered my illusions. I wanted cowboys and Indians. I wanted gunfights and they all came around. Post office. How come they post off? Just to post a letter, you need a building that big. And why is it called a post office? Yeah, like we deal with things after the event that we're not allowed to mention, and everybody's forgot because everyone's hypnotized. Don't worry, you won't find out about it in the future because we're rewriting history and all the history books, and we got the control of all the mechanism and everything. You're really going to have to be very, very nosy indeed to find out anything that's happened in the future. So it's a good job I'm nosy. Wow, look at all of this. Just massive. It looks like Buckingham Palace, guys. Look at the size of this stuff. Baltimore. Still, there's only a couple of people peppered around. Oh my God. The Hotel Renert, excuse me. Wow. I bet that was absolute luxury. Can you imagine it in there? Can you imagine eating in there? Imagine the coffee, what it smells like. Life is so tough. You'll never know what I've been through, guys. You'll never know the things that I've had to smell in this realm. Terrible, unspeakable things I've had to smell. So these are Union soldiers. They've got cutlasses, no guns, I can see, pistols, sidearms. And look at the age of that bridge. It's all dirty and stinking. I wonder when that got built. So that I can presume this is American Civil War, that photograph, because obviously the country's not going to be in uniform after the war. Parading. Oh, that's a bloody busy street. Poof, the commerce there is just unbelievable. And the cemetery is actually a castle. There's a lot of that going on, isn't there? And that looks like Admiralty Arch or Marble Arch, a bigger version that you got in London. So you got like exactly the same thing here in Baltimore. Who even knew? The cathedral, that's an odd looking, ancient looking thing that is. Look at that bloody thing. And what an unusual spire. Looks like the spire's missing. I bet the bells are missing. The bottom bit is older, and it looks like this top bit has been added later, doesn't it? Maybe down as far as here. Would you say that? And this is older stuff. You can see it's just dirtier. Well, it doesn't actually fit with the official historical story, though, Matt. I don't know that. That's the whole point with fucking alternative history and in a lot of antiquity going on there, and these Munster-type buildings again. The size of that compared to that little fatty thing, and that fatty thing is 5 stories high, and it's dwarfed by this one. I like the way they do town planning back then. You know, they don't hash your mellow with ruining one, you know, just too much of a culture shock of architecture. I think these two mix quite well, these that pillar or column. And the metropolitan suburban area scenery. Suburban, oh Jesus. Okay, so that's Baltimore leading up to 1902, and here it is, 1903, completely gone and missing the usual state of affairs. Apparently, fires happened and turned all of them big buildings that I just showed you into tiny little bricks. Let's have a look what fire can do. Bricks are really flammable. I tried lighting one with my Zippo the other day. Nothing happened. These are still intact, mind, aren't they? Everything else is in tiny bricks. So yeah, they had a reset. I was thinking, last night I was thinking about this. Lisbon had a terrible event, as you know, tsunami, and apparently a firestorm came in, tsunami from behind as well, and totally destroyed the city. And that was the second time. But when the second Lisbon happened, around a similar time, the Port Royal event happened. So they're the two most wickedest and richest ports on earth, and they've both been taken out in a similar anomalous fate, like completely apocalyptic. That's not an accident. So what I was thinking is, who did that? These are Phoenician ports. All of these places that are burnt out, from Seattle to San Francisco to Baltimore, are Phoenician ports, and they get destroyed. And Lisbon got destroyed, which is the major Phoenician port, and the Port Royal as well in Jamaica, into the sea with that one. Do you see my point? Somebody else did it, and it wasn't the Phoenicians. Fire controlled. So yeah, a lot of devastation. But it's always the business district that seems to get it, but they just rebuilt it all. You don't get photographs of this happening. It just magically shits out of nowhere every single time. San Francisco, no matter what city, you see it like this, rubble, and then you see it there again, and the old buildings are there again, like two timelines. And this one is a similar story, I would say, to San Francisco. The city's destroyed, and all these people all moseying down the street. So these are the people that live there. How did they get their clothes so clean? Why are they not covered in shit? Again, makes no sense. But one thing it does do is it matches the MO. Okay, so we got 900 of you watching. Thank you all for being here. It's awesome to see you this day. It's autumn flat today. Spring is in the air. I know. Makes you glad to be alive. Now, this is a complicated story, which I'm going to share with you now. It's beautiful. It's full of romance, chivalry, tragedy, and a whole lot of murder. And it's called The Adventures of Tristan, the not so great, the not so awesome knight, the average knight. So this is based on a true story. I did a rough translation of French Latin from the 14th century. So I think it's pretty accurate anyway. So I'll give you the premise of what's happening. You can see Tristan here. Now, what you've got to understand when I'm explaining stuff to you, right, is this is different time scale. All medieval women have a speech impediment. Okay, so what we're dealing with here is Tristan, but his real name is Tristan. Okay, this is a famous knight of the realm. Okay, our story starts here. So you've got one king and three princes and a princess. No, he actually has a queen, and maybe 30 princesses, but he's actually mixed them all up and you don't know which is which anymore. His name's King Crumpet. Okay, the old grey guy you can see here. And the king that is being buried is the former king, King Whopper. And he's being buried. It's a sad tale. He smells a bit, as you can see. Like that. So what happens is this, is This lady here, she was, I know she got a crown on now, but she was a handmaiden for the king. And she got pregnant. And she just gave birth to an illegitimate baby. The only ones that know are the two horses there. Now, this is the illegitimate baby of King Cuthbert. This is the illegitimate baby of King Cuthbert. Now, King Crumpet, okay? And his name is Tristan. And he is going to be an average knight. But it's okay, because all will be explained now. If you're confused, don't worry, because he's confused as well. What's happening here is this. The king decides that all the knights in the land must fight one another to win the hand of his beautiful daughter, Wilhelmina. Now, Wilhelmina is indeed beautiful-ish. And here she is. Okay, you can see King Crumpet. I think that's what it said in Latin. King Crumpet. And his brother here, who is King Smeg. King Smeg, his brother. They're staring at her. I don't know why they're staring at her in such a way. So what happens is all of the knights have to joust. The winner can be a suitor to marry the beautiful, as you can see, she is very beautiful, Queen Wilhelmina. So this is all based on a true story, but a really bad thing happened. Basically, the Ottomans turn up and kidnap the princess. She's like, oh no, I don't want to go. He's like, la 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 la, come with us. Throws her on the boat. Now the king's like, no, you can't take my daughter, I think my wife. He gets confused like Donald Trump. He can't tell which is his wife or is his daughter's. And they're all like protesting. But look, the Ottomans, they've got stuff and they got battleship and stuff, as you say. Now, this lady here in the happy hat, she's protesting, as you can see. Okay, look at the beautiful happy hat that she has on. But she's been taken by the Ottomans. They've kidnapped her and they're taking her off to a life of slavitude. You can see there. She's protesting. So many men will have to die, okay, to rescue said princess. I think that's what it said anyway. So far, so good. So on with everybody has to kill one another. Okay, the suitor this time, okay, the winner. Now, all the years go by. Okay, years go by. And Tristan, he gets to be a knight. Okay, and not only that, Tristan, he's grown up. And he's a proper knight now. So Tristan fancies his chances with the Princess Wilhelmina, or going to rescue her from the Ottomans who have kidnapped her, the Ottoman prince. But the king can't allow this because Tristan happens to be the half brother of Wilhelmina. So whatever happens, Tristan must fail, even though he's an average knight. Okay, as you can see, this is King Whopper's nephew, Smeg, Cuthbert, and I think the other one is Latin, and I'm not that brilliant at Latin, but I think it said Wobbler. Okay, now they have a problem in Antiquity. I don't know if you know about this. It came along with the Black Death. It was called overextended fingeritis. And this is what happened was lots of people got really, really big fingers, like this guy here. You see that? And these, like here. Eventually, it'll happen to all the monarchy. They'll all end up with strange fingers. Okay, so far, so good. So another suitor comes to marry his other daughter, the other daughter that never got kidnapped. And as you can see, this really, really weird overextended finger thing is still ongoing. I think it's maybe in the blood. So there's the king, and he's saying, I'm her new suitor. Can I joust a bit? Joust and win Sir Maiden's hand, like Sir Galahad would have done. Okay. So the king says, okay, you can have my daughter, but first you have to fuck off in a boat with my other daughter and my aide, a load of knights, and go and chase them Ottomans that have stolen my other daughter. God, this story is just crazy. There's the other daughter. So note the checkerboard thing going on in the little tash. Well, this is your typical Ottoman, and he's taken a ginger woman, as per usual, in a red dress. Say no more, just like the Matrix. I'm not sure what he's doing with her hair, but it doesn't look favourable, and she really doesn't look impressed with it at all. So she definitely needs rescuing. So let's hope Tristan can go and do this. Okay. So, has Tristan rescued her at this stage? No, this is the other daughter, the one that has had her face pasted over. So you can see how unbelievably beautiful that she is, that nobody can bequest her. So, okay, on with the jousting. Jousting is really stupid, really dangerous business. You run up and down with a pole, and then you stick it into your opponent, and then basically they die, okay? As you can see, she is basically waiting to see who wins. Okay, stop. This is really silly. If you both die, I will have no one left to play with today. And Daddy won't start the game again until tomorrow, when jousting starts again tomorrow. So one of you stay alive, but not the checker guy, because he's in Freemasons, and possibly an undercover Ottoman, which he probably is. But it's all right, because they got a smoking room. The king chills out. Okay, what's the matter with your hand? I don't know. I think I stuck super glue to my other hand. Oh, okay. Here, lady, just put your lips to that and breathe in. Do you like? Yeah. Look at the state of your maid's face behind. She's had some. She can't even open her eyes. Ah, it's great. That stress is just gone. The king's chamber is an awesome place. Eventually, the second suitor to the sister of said, "Are you confused? Don't be. This is all going very, very well, I think." Which new gets to Bernard the Giant. He lost his shit completely, he did. So I wouldn't go anywhere. Anyway, sister of Wilhelmina is marrying said suitor here. He turns out to be homosexual, as you'll see later. Okay, but he's only doing it for money. He's being married by the Archbishop of Wenceslas, and later some strangeness happened. This is where it gets intriguing, our story. 900 of you watching. This is where our story takes a sinister turn. Blood. Wilhelmina's sister turns up to the Queen and says, "Ma, I have a speck of blood on a piece of paper. This is the blood group that I so wish to marry, not that other guy, because he's really strange and he's trying on all my dresses." "Okay," she says, "let me have a look at that blood group." So all of the princesses were sent off to sea to grow up a little, because they were so annoying and talk all the time. In fact, you'll see evidence later of driving people to absolute distraction from incessant chatter, which is the case with the young princesses. They don't get out very often, living in gilded cages. As you can see, these guys are wishing that their ears would just be full of water and they can't hear them. On goes the battles on land. Remember, the winner of these battles will go and rescue Wilhelmina, who is captive of the Ottoman prince. You remember that, don't you? This is still ongoing. Yes. Anyway, let me introduce you to Bernard's brother. Can you see Bernard's brother? Bernard's brother is okay, but Bernard himself is a bit of a nutcase. We'll see that a bit later. Anyway, here's one of the other sisters. She's gone to the water well, and some of the knights that are also in competition for the hand, to rescue Wilhelmina, who's imprisoned by the Ottoman prince. She was just minding her own business, and he just comes up, moseying up this night, and he's like, hey lady, do you come to this well often? And she's like, yeah, every single day. God, you're beautiful. If I could see your face, you're probably beautiful. So yeah, are these guys yours? Yes, I'm boss. I rule these two. They do anything that I want them to do. This armor that I've got on is going to take nearly an hour to get off. Do you think you could wait around for a little bit? Yeah, well, I've got nothing else to do today. Awesome. So she's a princess. What do you expect? She's human. She has human needs. So on with it. On with the quest. The quest to find, okay, a suitor to go and rescue our said princess in the Ottoman. With the Ottoman prince. There he is. There he is. He's got a dragon. Okay, calm yourselves. Okay, the Ottoman prince there. He's got his checkerboard thing, and he's fighting one of the good guys, I trust. Oh, there's a horse and a knight that's actually fallen. On it goes, the incessant battles. The king himself, he's in trouble because basically everyone turned on him. Everyone turned on everyone else. He's forgotten everything about who he was, who his daughters was, who his wives was. He's very confused. He sent Tristin, because all women of the medieval period have speech impediment, Tristin off with a horse to get my daughter. Now, whatever you do, Tristan, okay, yes, possible father, whatever you do not kiss Wilhelmina. What do you mean, don't kiss Wilhelmina? Don't kiss Wilhelmina. Just bring her back to me, okay? Okay, boss. And off he goes. He can't kiss her because he's his sister. Okay, the battles are ongoing, as you can see. Probably around 35 million people got killed. It doesn't matter. The Mexicans did the same over stupid shit. You can see all of the other daughters that are surviving. Totally unimpressed. Whoever survives this little tete, as you could call it, will get to, let's just say, hold hands with one of the daughters. Okay. Oh, this is the hero of the day. He turns up late in the hour. What was his name? Butt Wrench. Sir Butt Wrench turns up late in the day, and he offers his services to said King Cuthbert. I will get her. I will rescue your daughter. Cuthbert, or excuse me, Tristan, I don't think he's going to be successful. Plus, he's just been captured on the island of Elba and imprisoned, and I don't think we'll be seeing Tristan again because of the nature of being imprisoned in a tower on your own forever and ever. But they did send a dispatchment. I think that's what it said. It was Latin, to rescue. He's got that anomalous finger thing going on. That's petrifying. If I time travel, I'm going to have like a really long finger. Is this day 73, Father? Day 73. How many people have died? Hundreds of thousands. Have we gotten anywhere? No. We're getting closer, though. Continue with the games. Games continued. Many more killed one another. Thrusty, stabby, went the knights to marry his only two daughters left. What happened to the other daughters? Do you want me to tell you? Well, in the dead of night, a ninja, you couldn't see because it was nighttime, came in and he kidnapped the other daughters and he took them to China. The thing is China's way too far away to send any mission to rescue her. These men are called the clockmen, not clockmen, because they have clocks on their armor. They keep serious time. So you can see what's happening here, guys. You don't need a genius to work this out. Tristan, yeah, he's in the church. He's praying because he's been exiled like Napoleon to Elba for the rest of his life. But it's okay because he'll miss all of the fun back in France. Ongoing with he's got himself 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, that's his wife. He's got his loads and loads of daughters back. Here he is, the Ottoman ruler, as you can see, around the table with a load of other people with that terrible debilitating finger disease that makes fingers really, really long. Then the Knights of the Round Table, and they decide in the future of humanity there and then. Come with me, fair maiden. What's going on with Tristan? Well, Tristan kind of doesn't really like you, actually, Wilhelmina. They pulled into port. They had some stuff to sell in a pot. We can't really mention on YouTube what was in this pot, but it was very, very popular and sold very, very well in the ports. Okay, we took the money back in a big brown bag to the king. Hey, king, who had it was like leprosy, this dilapidated finger. lengthening problem that kept happening. That she has there. So what was it like having your face burnt by the Ottomans and making your hands all hairy then, Wilhelmina? It wasn't all that bad, actually. Lovely food. And his beard tickled. But the death continued. The death continued for another 93 days. The remaining sisters were still in the Mediterranean, driving the other sailors to distraction. As you can see, one of them is, I can't take no more of her gob. I'm jumping in. He's literally prefers to die than listen to any more of Princess me fucking me. When are you going to take me back? Oh my God, I broke a nail. Back at land. Some confusion has happened as to suitors for the king's wife. This guy's turned up, but there was an already one hiding, as you can see. So he's turned up. Have you been sleeping with my... I'm confused which one's my relatives. There's so many women hanging around this building. Let me introduce you to Bernard. Bernard, the greatest giant, he's fucking awesome. He started out awesome. Everyone in the village liked him. Hi, Bernard. Hi. As you can see, he had a great rapport. But one day, so tale tells it, I translated out of the Latin, he went completely batshit crazy and just started battering everybody. He had a really big problem for jesters and fucking minstrels. He bashed their heads and just couldn't handle them. They are annoying, though, minstrels. Far loud, all the way around you. Although I wouldn't mind my life being narrated. Martin is doing a flat a day. Anyway, back to the Queen. The Queen, this suitor, he's brought another sample. Can you look closely of blood? This is a spot of my blood. Can it be tested to see if I'm suitor? Because it has to be a certain blood group, okay, to be able to, let's just say, mingle with this royal family who are very strange. Oh my God. For some reason or other, they've captured Prince Schmieg and locked him up in a tower. They took his wife. She's off on a boat, possibly to the Ottomans. This is back at that waterfall, this water well, which is a bit like where doggers go. And they're talking about, well, she said it was this big. No, guys, it was this big. I've stuck my thumb to my finger with super glue. I did that yesterday to my elbow. I stuck my elbow to my eyeball with super glue free. Don't play with super glue. Never go to pee if you've been doing anything with super glue, I find. That's probably the worst thing you can do. Okay, Bernard, he turns out all right in the end, guys. He suited it up. You know, they used him as a merc in the end, although he'd lost his shit completely and got his foot caught in a hole. He was great. He was a great knight. Okay. I am the woman for Wilhelmina. Oh my God, look at the size of your finger. You are a true man. I said to him, if you're a real man, fight me naked. He said, this blood, I will test this sample and I will see if you are ginger enough and you have pointy enough shoes to marry Wilhelmina. Oh, fucking hell, Bernard's gone crazy again. Fucking hell, every other day. 1 minute, he's all right. And then he just, it's okay. He saw a minstrel. He just started strangling him. Eventually, one of the princesses came back. All of the men were gone. She'd gnawed her way through the mast because she was so hungry, and it was made of wood. But she arrived back safely, hungry, no worse for wear. And the killing went on. The test for, the blood group. This is a strange tale. I hope this is accurate. Anyway, back to the beginning of the story. This was Tristan when he was born. Remember, he was an illegitimate child of King Cuthbert. Who's there? King Cuthbert. Do you remember him? Looks a bit like God with all of these courty people on with the fighting. So yeah, France was an awesome place in the past. And eventually they found religion. They found Haile Mary, who was around there with, she had an arrow and bow and arrow. And they basically had Bernard the Giant, fighting the last knight on earth, and Bernard won, and Tristan went off and joined the Navy, and never to be heard of again. Okay, that might be true, but it was based on a true story as told by Martin Leaker. On with the show. Sharon Tate. So I've been thinking about, like, I watched a documentary about Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young, and they were sinister as fuck. It was all that Laurel Canyon business, and all linked in with Manson, all linked in with the Tavistock psyop and the hippies and the fucking Timothy Leary. But I'm wondering if this is true. And this is why a hippie witness confesses Sharon Tate gave Manson an hour of love for drugs. Let's imagine that there's truth in that. Let's imagine that she got herself a little bit of a coke habit, because let's be honest, she, rumor has it she was in the like Ides White Club sort of Hollywood tinky thing in the era of and the films as well, Valley of the Dolls and all of that. So and a witchcraft, the early witchcraft films. She was always in these satanic sort of natured films. Anyway, she marries a guy who looks like the devil anyway, Roman Polanski. But when the Lubyanka murders happened, he's out of town, she's pregnant, and there's rumor has it that she has had sex with Charles Manson. Imagine that she was pregnant with Charles Manson's baby. What if that was the case? And the girls or the boys, whatever way you want to look at it, of the family that went off and did such things to her when she was pregnant and put pigs on the wall in blood. Pigs, pigs. Wow, how very fucking imaginative. Wow, bust a brain vessel to think up that one in the moment. So yeah, you got all of that carnage, blood everywhere, and you're going to take time to write pigs on the wall in blood. Makes no sense. And just the connections that she had. I think she was on something. Looking at her eyes there, I think she was struggling. I think that maybe towards the end, I think her and her husband, they were a codependent relationship. I think he was the same. Although very beautiful model, but it's just that lifestyle, isn't it? And she looked popped, and everyone was on bombers back then, guys. That wasn't even thought of as a drug in the 70s and the 60s. It was black bombers and just strong weeds, amphetamines. They were all on them. Beautiful sort of brown eyes, isn't she? So yeah, so she gets murdered and she's pregnant. So it was like the murder of her and the other people who were there. And then it kills the hippie movement. He comes back. I've seen interviews of him, absolutely heartbroken. I tell you what is interesting. Have a look at the videos for when they told Paul McCartney that John Lennon was dead and Ringo Starr. They were like, oh, that's just so sad. No emotion whatsoever. I was like, fucking hell, that's weird. So yeah, it is a sad tale, but she was Hollywood elite and promoted in such a way and rich. And she lived in a rich place. She was a rich child as well. And she had a Bob Dylan bag. They made a new film about Bob Dylan. He done a tour. God, he was supposed to be terrible. So, oh my God, so beautiful. So I can't imagine her being a switcheroony, although her face is very masculine in that picture, guys. This old, I'm Roger Ramjet jaw that you see a lot of them, this square jaw thing going on. I don't think they could pull her off because I don't know, though. They have models that look like her now, don't they? I don't even know anymore. And he looks like a chick. Look at there could be a pair of switcheroonies. I'm just saying, I don't know, but she was supposed to be in preggers. But she does look beautiful, but you just don't know, do you? You just don't know with these Hollywood people. It's just hard to say. Just hard to say, guys. Okay, let's move on. We are, an hour and a half, is it, into this post? And now we're going to look at, excuse me. Convent of Mafra in Portugal. Now, the reason we're going to look at this is because for some reason, this beautiful Portuguese convent hasn't any nuns, any monks, or any people. In fact, this is in 1902, this copyright for this, the Mafra, Portugal church and palace and convent have been deserted of people. It says that it's deserted. There's no people in this place. It looks massive. Library containing 30,000 volumes in the great convent, and there is no people. 30,000 volumes of what? Of what? Rich interior of the church, as you can see, second to none, just the best architecture left. You've got two people here, an old man and a child, sun coming through, beautiful photograph. And it said, splendid vestibule at the great monastery. So that is the vestibule, or a cloister, or the entrance, foyer, if you like a foyer. Inside said convent. And outside, my God, it's just grass and nothing going on. Look at that. Very unusual. It's very Moorish though, but with Portugal, the Moors built in Portugal, like Algarve, like Al Alamein, because it was the Moors. Right, what's these things here? Are these? I don't know. Maybe to balance your Bible on to read. I don't know. Back to the library. Let's have a squeeze through. My God. So yeah, it got deserted and later repopulated. But what a massive building for antiquity. How many people could stay in there comfortably? Thousands easily. Covered in dirt. I always wonder about this dirt in antiquity. Have they fudged up the background on this? Because this vanilla sky is getting on my fucking nerves. Sometimes we can see the corner of pictures just lost a bit where they're cutting out the sky. I've caught them out a few times doing that, guys. A few of us have. What a beautiful building, though. Covered in shit. But yeah, deserted. Got a sundial, the real clock. Sundials. Oh, no, it's not. Is that 7:05 in the morning? You've got Phoenician cherubim and the Phoenician toroidals there. So all of them are blocked up. That's not walls. These were windows. And these, all of these. I noticed the same when I went to Lincoln Cathedral and Llandud Cathedral and Hereford got the same, where they just stuff's blocked up, bricked up, things removed. It's just bonkers. I think I dropped my light now. Excuse me. So yeah, what an amazingly massive building. Wow. The monastery at Mafra, but like I said, empty of people. Bet they never had no toilets either. I'm just saying, yo. So another visit that we could do here, before I'm going to get into images of the day, if I can find them, is Seville. Not to be mistaken with Jimmy, but this is a city in Spain that I've been to and managed to get in real trouble in, believe it or not, like real trouble. But we got rescued, but don't worry, I lived. So yeah, it was quite a dangerous city because where I went in the docks was full of these really aggressive gypsies that were trying to take your money and tax you down and stuff. So you had to had fisticuffs with them. So even changed it up and took out whatever was in there. There's a little tiny clock up on there. Who the fucking hell would see that? Who would see that up there? It's like, oh, we need a clock tower. Oh, we'll just stick the railway station clock up on the wall. No one will notice. They've got no path walking up to it. That's just mud. No one's walked up to it. One thing I've learned in this place, guys, is if a lot of people walk over grass or mud for a long time, they create a natural path. No one's walked in there. Why are these little windows with bars? This is supposed to be a monastery or a church, little church. Why do you need to bar it up? Oh, look at this. So yeah, this is Moorish, all right, because the Moors were in Spain early and they set up universities in Toledo and Seville as well, and Seville cathedralizations as well, as you can probably see in a minute. But yeah, seen some really good scenery when I was there, but did have a very memorable experience that I wouldn't be able to share on YouTube. Look at that. It's like a trippy menorah with all homunculus all over it. An homuncular menorah. So I'm glad I've had a chance to share my ponderings. It's been a really good week. I've had a fair few videos out in the last week, fully Phoenician. And that interview with Guy was really good. So lots more to come this week and in the coming weeks. I've literally haven't had time to present all what I wanted to present. And I've saved up a thumb drive of like, well, 50 albums yet that I haven't had time to present. So I don't know, I'm going to work through all of them. And as I get to my posts, I end up collecting tons and tons more. So there's that. I don't know what I'm going to get to be able to. There's only so many hours in a day. Look at this. Juicy, juicy, juicy. It's more than wobbly columns, the time and the effort to put this little beauty together. And whatever that is at the top. Flipping out. Amazing. So 860 of you still in the house. Thank you for being here. Hope you're having a good time. It is pretty Seville. It is. It is. It's got a religious theme on it, so it's like it's got a big splattering of doom. So there's that. But apart from that, it's beautiful. I see, like, you know, religion now is like a, I don't know, like a Dennis Wheatley book or a Dracula movie. Or something like along those lines, like, you know, like a gothic horror, a Cronenberg movie. Look at that. It's a little bit big, isn't it? That tower as well. God, the size of that. I don't actually remember seeing that. But I did, because I remember seeing the big church. I'm guessing that's it. Wow. That looks like the tower in Venice that imploded, the guy was on about. Marco's Tower, supposed to have imploded in 1902. These are 1902. So yeah, population's buzzing for such a big city, isn't it? Wow, not count. You just want to keep the fucking crowd back. Oof. Why do they do this? The effort. Every single bit is decorated. Nobody's even looking up here. Yeah, they do it. Or bishops, bash your bishops. They're weird, isn't it? They get their own palaces and a load of money. Whew. Very sinister, all that religion early on and control. The richest organizations in the world. Benedictine monks and the Christian. Roman Catholics. Look at this. Somebody's dressed, put all their washing out on whatever that is, the hospital. They're drying all of the stuff out. Okay, fair enough. It's an odd looking building though, isn't it? It's more like a prison though. Yeah, some mad trippy door entrances, portal entrances, they should call them. I think they're just interpreting like like ancient technology in the form of stone, like what portals would have looked like. Look at the size of this to human beings. One day a man came along on his horse and cart and he said, I know what I'll do. I'll build the biggest fucking thing you'll ever see in your life. No one will ever notice that I'm just a wee man. So something along those lines definitely happened. Except there doesn't seem to be a population. But don't worry. I'm sure there are people somewhere. Somebody's taking these photos. Although everything looks overgrown, unpopulated, unmaintained. Let's have a look at that thing. So Phoenician, look at that. But again, Seville's a quite an important port as well. It's quite a long way up the river to get to it though, because it's inland. So, look at the beautiful gardens like you get in France. They got the beautiful weather, they got the beautiful climate, the beautiful Moorish architecture. Oh, it was lovely. We went to Torremolinos. Best holiday I ever had. Yeah. Look at that. So it's very Moorish, isn't it? Beautiful. Look at this. The effort. God, it's just like a visit to McDonald's. You don't see this anywhere, do you? Just don't see it anywhere. They just don't do it anymore. All of this sacred geometry that makes you feel, your consciousness feels all yummy because it's interacting with you. Look at this. Yeah. These architects must have been like, back in the day, must have been way buzzing to come up with all this lovely caper. It's like, oh, I think I'll just, who are you? It's like, oh, I think I'll have a knobbly bit there and a beautiful bit there. Oh, I think I'll have a flower of life in there. Oh, yummy, yummy. And just make everything yummy. So I think in that is an ancient, or what they call Roman amphitheatre. Maybe. Don't know what the centre bit is, though. Because if it's for gladiatorial purposes, then what is the bit here for? It's interesting. And of course, they got catacombs in underground vaults in. God, it all looks Arabian. This is bloody Spain. It all looks Arabian. Wow, look at the size of that bugger. Oh, we got people. We got some taxis. We got 1, 2, 3. We got a person there. Brilliant. Awesome. I was beginning to think they had no population whatsoever there. Perish the thought. Anyway, let's have a look at images of the day, because I tell you what, fucking hell. I've been talking for a long time. Flatter day, spring. And we're going to look at some beautiful things. First, I'm going to come back for a second and give you a few shouts and stuff. See what I want, because I could have been talking 800. Good. Farticus. Thank you, Candy Dandy. Yeah, we're having a arty smarty farty party, marty farty party today. So like I said, it was based on a true story, Tristan, and I did the translation as myself. So I think it's more or less accurate. It's the way I interpreted it. I think it was okay. It doesn't matter if it's not. Anyone you know a lawyer for? No, Donald? That's a nasty, horrible, icky thing that made my stomach turn over when you said it, JR. Anything to do with the LAW word makes me feel for some reason. I don't know why. Because there is no law. It's their law. It's not our law. You should be aware of that. Debbie and Nora. Nora's in the house. Hi, Nora. I'm everywhere. I'm omnipresent and I see everything. I know everything that's going on. I do. Steve Richards smells. I'm only saying that because he says it to me. He doesn't. If he does, it probably smell okay, though. Joshua, Donald, linking that weird WG thing. I think that's something to do with Q. Yeah, fucking don't do that, please. That's like a huge years-old psyop that no one gives a shit about. And if you follow Flat Earth British, which you obviously don't, you will know that we do not do like weird online culty stuff. Okay, Ali, good to see you. Yeah, Cyber God, thank God, so lucky. Combat Thing, good to see you. Tip top, mates. Okay, well, I hope you're all enjoying the show. It goes all sorts of ways, but it doesn't matter because at the end of the day, we're heroes. We made it this far. Fucking hell. Against all odds, we made it this far. Okay, and one thing you must never do on YouTube is break out into song. Okay, thinking that you sound okay when you don't, because then you lose subs. Jake, It's like, oh, that guy can't sing for toffee. Carmen, good to see you. And Truth Seeker, who is Manny, who is giving me a wiggly flat thumb. He is a keen wiggly flat thumbist. He meets people and makes them wiggly flat thumb. He goes, wiggly flat thumb. They go, I don't want to. He goes, wiggly flat thumb. And they go, oh, okay, like that. And they wiggle their flat thumbs. Subtle, but it works. Bring the love. War brings peace. Okay. Mel, good to see you. You're a year late. Well, better late than never. We're going to go into images of the day. Whatever time we got left, sweetness, we're going to just hang out and be groovy people. Herbie, Mr. Razda, who is always irie and bringing the awesome vibration into my house, which is really brilliant. And Roy, who's my mate. Is the pyramid discovery fake? Well, we've had a poll here today, Roy. Let's have a look at the results of said poll. A pyramid discovery fake, yes, 62%, and no, 38%. So I think it's an overwhelming, yeah, satellite thing, really. LiDAR, it's a bit of a name. But that doesn't matter because we know the game, but they're still putting it out there into the narrative that they're shit under the pyramid. Okay, so there's that. And changing the whole game of Antiquity, if you like. Unless they don't carry on with it and everything's back to sleep, hey-ho, that never happened, which is something else I suspect, which happens a lot on the internet, I've noticed, especially concerning space things. Yeah. Oh, Joshua, thank you. Seema, good to see you. Just the latest distraction. It is, Seema. It is the latest distraction. It's to keep us away from doing, us, yeah? And sorting ourselves out. Because at the end of the day, we give all our energy away to stupid shit. And it's always, oh, well, so-and-so said, or so-and-so said. I do not take the words of other people as sanctum. I've read it all, guys, all the psychological books you can imagine, fucking Freud, fucking Jung, although it's brilliant, Jung. But at the end of the day, I think to myself, well, no, I can build my own mental construct. I don't have to do what everybody else does, and I'll just conduct my life with that. And I have, and I will. Without what other people are telling me to do or be like. Does that even make sense? Yeah, it's called individuality. Kung Fatty. Pop and Sons, good to see you. And they're supposedly doing 4-hour lectures on their findings. Oh, all right, then. Well, I'll have a look at that and see what comes up. I'm guessing like they have loads and loads of evidence. They got loads of money. They got deep pockets, so they can shit evidences out. It doesn't matter. They'll just, this is magic. This is magic. Okay, it doesn't matter. Dallas, be true to yourself and you can't go wrong. In the immortal words of Eurythmics, be true to yourself and you can't go wrong. Don't mess with the missionary man. Missionary man, he's got God on his side. Life for real. Do what I say, not what I do. Oh, see? Words of wisdom, pills of wisdom pouring through you. We all get confused. I get confused myself sometimes. I'm like, oh my God, I just thought nutty shit. That's just bollocks. Stop that, Martin. Obviously, that's not real. I analyze my mind. Oh, that shirt is dope. It's to go with my, these are real. I grew them on my wall. That's what happens if you leave black mold go crazy. It's not. Sometimes we are nuts, but we don't know we are nuts. I would go with that. Yeah, definitely. I don't know the last sane moment humanity ever had. Everything's been potty for years. I've been potty all my life. Apparently, I don't do anything what everybody else does. Makes me weird and nutty. Okay, so I'll go with that. Even though I'm just doing me and just don't really care what everyone else do them. You do you, boo. You believe what you... No, you're not believing what I believe. Believe what I believe. I know everything. You're making me nutty. You're making me nutty. So I don't want to believe what you believe, though. I got my own thoughts. You must believe in me. I'm going to hurt you. So they do that. I don't want to believe what you believe. I'm not in your weird fucking head. Sometimes you feel like a nut. Don't worry. We all get that. I think I was nuts years ago. I think I've gone through. I think you've got to go through insanity and being properly nuts to actually get the sanity. And I've been through all of that. You are a flashback with a background. Okay. I've never had a flashback. I don't know why people say about them. I should have had them, but I've never had. Marianne? People are having a shroomy day. Good, good, good. Lisa Veal? Okay, let's get groovy with stuff. Be sure to share this out. Did you share this out? 800 of you. Right, there's loads of you here to share this out and get some peeps over, do the funky things. There's a bit of a time to go on this post still. This is the Saturday pictures. We're going to look at beautiful stuff and stuff and stuff. See how it goes. What do you think? Okay. These are inside French mansions. And they had some guy like sort of hired to do these paintings. And this is where we all work, okay, or most people work for a small percentage of people. And they tax us. And we give all of our money and our earnings to a small section of people. And then they spend all the money on this shit, which we don't have. But mind you, I want to really live in there, and I would probably accidentally break most things in there. Stick my elbow on there, like, and just hit a vase off. That was Ming Dynasty. It was $40,000. Fucking hell. Is it insured? Yes. Do you want me to break anything else? Yeah, all right. Let's just go nuts on the china, shall we? Smashy, smashy, smashy. They'll never ask any questions. I'll just say that I went crazy one day and just smashed all your pottery. That shit can happen. But this room looks a bit demonic, doesn't it? Can you imagine sitting in there and just, letting your imagination run wild? You'd be like, oh, fucking no, I think I better get out of here. I'm getting a bit of a nosebleed. So there you are. This Tiergarten in Germany. You can imagine the Russians with their little Russian guns in World War II running down here in the Battle of Berlin. Off to look for German women or whatever they did. But here's the German where they could see them spikes on the top of the German helmets. That's so you can run in like that and stick your spike into their guns. It's a weapon. It's a weapon. So we got a nice SD ship in the standard design ship in the background there. They had millions of them years ago. So this guy has managed to grow a sunflower on some old wood that is in the dock. I don't know, guys. These are just weird pictures that I picked up. Let's have a look. This is the Boston event. Boston, Massachusetts. Demolished. Exactly the same narrative as Baltimore and every other city that I mentioned earlier. And in this shot, they got this stone with a very prominent 33 on it. I wonder why they left that in the shot. And he's doing the old Cotaruni. You can see, hand of Cotaruni, and you've got a 33. That's way too much. Call Russian vids. Avi, what you reckon? You gotta be kidding me, he'd say. Give me a break, he'd say. So, steamship smashed in collision. This is interesting, right? See this ship here? That is the steamship Grampian damaged by an iceberg. So dig. It smashed its bows into the front, into an iceberg, completely demolished its bows, and it didn't sink. The Titanic, the ship that was unsinkable, okay, it's apparently hit an iceberg and it went down like a sack of shit. Although I've got all the newspaper articles that said no one actually died in that event. Ooh, this is better, America. Look, they got a donkey. The Mississippi. Yeah, you couldn't do gambling. You can gamble on a Mississippi steamboat, and they have like proper dancers and music and casino and all steamboat showboat entertainment. Have you ever seen the film Showboat? It's fucking brilliant. I love that film. So here's Freemason. I noticed Guy posted about him this week. I've covered him myself. I think he's a bit of a psyop. They just attribute everything in the 1800s to this guy. Shortly after this photograph where he's doing this Masonic pose, he's like 4'8" in front of the chains that are going to launch the Great Eastern in a short period. He gets up and then he's like, oh, I think I'm about to have a coronary arrest. And he keels over and drops. Apparently he had gout and syphilis. because everybody apparently in this period has got syphilis. If you ask a tourist in London, how old do you think that bridge is? Point at Tower Bridge. They'd say, oh, I think it's bloody ancient, isn't it? And you'll say, no, it's not ancient at all. It just looks ancient. October the 18th, 1892. And it's nearly getting there. It's nearly getting there. Another 2 years, it's completed. They had these, for the invention of these bastilles, these large weights that would lift these huge doors for ships to come in and out. But it's got to be the most famous bridge in the world. One of them. Golden Gate, Tower Bridge. Can't think of any other bridges. Name me a famous bridge in Paris. Yeah, I know. Name me a famous... I know. I don't know of any. It's weird, that, isn't it? Yeah, name me a famous French bridge. I got an Italian one, the Bridge of Sighs. But I can't think of any famous French bridges. So here is Antiquity, as you can see, electrified beautifully in 1907. Very early electrifying of what looks like Kong Oscar. Okay, so they started to take it down. Apparently, if they don't, like the American military, don't get picked up with their new nuclear dome that they're going to put over Europe. Apparently, they're going to stick it, take it apart, okay, put it in a C-120, fly it over to Paris, and fucking drop it on them and say, I'll have your fucking back then. You can't give gifts and fucking ask for them back. Let me give you an example. Okay, I give my granddaughter 20 quid for Christmas, okay? And then I knock the door 6 months later and say, Lucy, yes, Granddad, you know that 20 quid I give you for Christmas? Can I have it back? It's like, it's in my piggy bank. Bring the piggy bank here, please. You know, you can't give things and ask for them back. There's a lot of really weird stuff going on. Can't tell them, America, not that it's any of my business. Tell the French to fuck off. They're not having it. It's out. Say it's yours. Anyway, that won't happen. This is a snail that is made into a helmet. I think that it's a secret tech because it toroidals round, ever decreasing, just exactly on the torus, and all of these knobbly bits, if you like, to pick up and interact with the ether. I think that they basically use nature in clothing. And we discovered this with bee technology and bee clothing, which they were using in ancient times. So this is in Russia, 1870. And I stared at this photograph for a bit. And I was thinking about them San Francisco people turning up. And I was wondering about these. Now, they are Russian, but they seem upper crust. Okay, you can see the young lady there, all beautified under the umbrella. And all of these in really nice clothes. Only one in like usual, or two in usual Russian clothes, or a few maybe. What are they looking at? Did they go up there to just look at the view? Okay, so they went up there to look at a view, and a photographer set up somewhere high up by here to take a photograph of people looking at the view. And not the view. Well, I couldn't work it out. It made no fucking sense to me anyway why you would take a photograph of people looking at a beautiful city. But look at it. Does it not look like the exposition? Just massive buildings. So you wouldn't just stand there looking like that, would you? It's fucking dumb. It's stupid. Something going on anyway. So yeah, they're digging at the underground, okay? The underground, London, Paris, New York, Moscow, all happened exactly at the same time. Here is an image of digging the underground under Paris. And what you see here is a brick wall, which they've bashed through. In fact, all of this is bricked up, because I would put it that all of this is older, and I think they were just digging it all out, the mud out, and it was already there. Imagine these tall ships coming into New York Harbor back 100 years ago. Everybody waiting alongside. God, you'd be like a movie star, waiting for all them goods. gangsters will be getting their eyeballs on all them goods. It's a good time when the ship comes in because people get to share spillage around. I remember my old man's ship fucking dropped a massive thing off the crane full of oranges, and they just couldn't do anything with them, so we just all had oranges and gave them all away. It was just amazing. This was Caligula's ship, Roman apparently. Okay, I don't know what nasty things went on there, but he had giant like golden lion rope holders. This thing was a giant ship. Caligula's ship dug up. But it just goes to show the size of the vessels that were around in antiquity. Massive. Massive. So yeah, I think we established that pyramid stuff's bollocks, but it doesn't matter because they're putting it out there into the ether. We are watching. We're watching them, all right? Guys, we're watching them. So this is an interesting statue. It's in London. And she's a Phoenician. She's got a weird Arabic or maybe Egyptian type of hat. And she's got a Buddha here, a lion, and some really emaciated people hugging her. And what else is going on? She's standing on human skulls, and he is biting the dust. Oh, you great one. And she's looking down at him like queens or rulers of old didn't they? But yeah, some weird shit going on. What about Tesla coils and old ships? Talked about it many, many times. Got mermaids going on. So these on the top of this Ottoman ship, you've got these balls. Now I can't think what they're doing at all. I don't think they're floats. They're too high up. You've got all of this netting as well, also very high up, like Faraday cagey. And they look just like Tesla coils, which is great. This is World War II in Italy. Just trying to think what city it was. It's on the Anzio front. It's not Anzio. What a terrible, bloody, useless attrition war the Anzio front was. God, another stupid idea. So this is inside of a great exposition. As you can see, it seems to be all of the statues saved over from the old world on exhibit. Just millions of, like, literally flawless marble art, guys, all in one place. Very trippy. Easter's coming, isn't it? Now, remember what I said. World leaders should be replaced by rabbits. All they will want is carrots and petting, and then there's no more trouble, no more drama, nobody be arguing with anyone else. All I'll be thinking about is the president needs petting. So there's that. Okay. How dare you? How dare you? So anyone recognize this clone from back in the Klondike days when she's basically children panning for gold as they did? Okay. They're not moaning. They're happy as fuck. He had a gold chunk like that. He's got $50,000 today. He's like, who are you laughing at? Greta, maybe? Who even knows? So here's the Japanese. They've occupied Manchuria and China. Before World War II, nobody bothered Japan. Like, they can have China. It's like, we're not going to declare war on them. They just took over China. All that terrible stuff that happened in Nanking. You don't have me to tell you about it. But here is the Great Wall of China, as you can see, occupied by the Japanese. They're using it to ward off any Tatar hordes that may come and attack. I think they got pigs. They got pigs on this wall that looks shit, but they're watching it. So there's that. Okay, this is the beach, as you can see. Oh, excuse me. So everyone goes to the beach, fully clothed, build sandcastles. The sun is baking down, and you don't take anything off. The big wheel in the background. The Alhambra Theatre Ballroom. Blackpool, when I was a kid, my God, it had some antiquity in that place. all of the old Victorian stuff. My eyes used to bug out. I used to love seeing all that stuff. Quite a bit of it in Britain when I was a kid. Western Supermare had a lot of it. I'm guessing it's all still there, really. Oh, look at that. What is it anyway? Convex mirror. Everything carved in wood. I wonder what this is. Oh, it's whole candles. It's a candelabra. Maybe. I don't know. So, good to see you all, guys. 800 of you still here. Look at Einstein. He's praying nobody gives him the script because he can't read, because he's actually illiterate. And he married his cousin. But he's not even a good actor, is he? He's like, oh, look at his face. This is the, oh, fuck, I got to read face. Oh, God, I got to blag it again. Oh, I blag it. I can't actually read that. So I've been around, guys. I can interpret people. I've been busted. I can't read fucking for shit face. Scratch my nose because I'm a liar. It's like, I can't read. So this is below Paris. The catacombs, and I think that they're human bone batteries. What about Disney Castle? Yeah, here's Walt Disney seeing the oncoming development of his Disney Castle. But again, the bottom bit's all there, isn't it? He just sticks the top bit on, doesn't he? I'm wondering if the Disney castles are like older and they just tart them up. So here's me and my mother and my sister. When I was a kid, we used to sit on the seawall down Cardiff. And my dad, ship would come past and he'd honk the horn. You could see him up on the bridge and you'd know that we were going to have some money. So every time the old man come home, we'd have money. Skinned in between, but great moments of abundance. So yeah, sad story of the bells all getting demolished. As you can see, this guy sitting on some bells, big bells, little bells, and littler bells. What can you call little bells? Silver bells. Okay, this is in the American Civil War, and it's one of the front lines. You can see that they dug in like the First World War in the American Civil War. What I'm interested in is this building here, which looks like a really old brick building with a tunnel going underneath. Actually looks like a star fort. And just mag it in under here. It's all been dug away. I don't know whether you can see there. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4 courses of blocks, and that is under the mud. And what other evidence of dress stone. These are not haphazard if they're completely square, are they? So there's some antiquity being dug up in the American Civil War, like they did with the Great Dig in the First World War. Some cannon just left there. See all this masonry? So yeah, I think there was something to do with, they were digging in the American Civil War. I think there's a lot to do with all this old antiquity that they've been hiding. So in the Levanter atlases, you get these deities all over the world. You get them in South America and in India. And it doesn't really look, he looks Caucasian. He's got wings, he's got a face on his thing, hairy legs. Exactly, the bottom bit looks like Bacchus, goatee feet. And apparently he's alive. Apparently he's got fasces in his hand and a shield. And everybody else goes nutty and does a silly dance. Oh, he's got that black and white thing on, like that Ottoman guy in the cartoon earlier. Okay. So this is the demolition of St. Bartholomew's Lane, 1926, a section of St. Bartholomew's in London. This is, guys, and it's the demolition of this. Oh God, look at that size of it. Whoa, look at all that old stuff. Oh, it's seen from St. Bartholomew Lane. I think I know what this is. I think that this is 1926. This might be the laying of the embankment in London. they use technology. They got wigs on, so I think this is the early 1800s by the look of their costumes, maybe late 1700s. But this guy's like turned a handle here on some electrical device that has a wire coming out of it. And if you've actually like manifested a knight, because I can't imagine knights actually just being in this period, or they've made like some sort of holography, or the knight is a man dressed in knights, and they've put electrical charge through him. It's an experiment of some sort. Well, I was thinking robot HWM. I was going to do a little section earlier. Robots gone crazy, gone wild, which shows robot knights actually. I'm not sure what the date is on this one. On this fountain, it's a 7848 something. I don't know. Back to the happy hat technologies and the toroidals in the braids put up. Also technology, even the lace technology, and all of this happy hat with the jewels is a special technology. I think she probably got an elongated head. I think she's a cone head as well. Yeah, it was. This is the embankment in London. And when they were basically doing the excavations, look how old the stuff is underneath that wall, how high it is. This is road level. You can see the road. Somerset House is just up by here. Oh, that is Somerset House. And underneath Somerset House, all of that wall, door, window. This was road level, and they excavated all of that, guys. And all of that wall there, that's Roman. They would call it Roman. So that is clean on, and that's on the bank of the Thames in London as they're making the embankment, which is a beautiful walk just by the Houses of Parliament there. So I still got her 840 odd of you watching. Thanks for being here. More happy hat technology. But I really do think she's got like beats or something. I think they're listening to tunes, because look at her head. She's like, I know she's not moving it, but I definitely think she's listening to tunes. And we don't know what medieval music might have been really like techno. I think they had like techno versions of medieval. Oops, I broke through the illusion. That happens every single day. Like, let's pretend that this isn't a dream, that this isn't an illusion at all, and let's pretend that this is the real world. And all of this solidy stuff actually matters, when all it is mind and our souls. And our souls, well, we don't even exist in this physical realm. Our souls exist somewhere else. So, yeah, I was wondering this as well. All over antiquity, the Greeks, basically all the classical world, always all over the world, showing this crazy shit, okay, with mermen or cryptids. These ones have serpentine holding these mirrors, these black mirrors, and Cherubinskis, and they're still replicated today. Why? There's none now. Was there a realm earlier, okay, when these things sure existed in the classical world? Like, this is the world that we lived in. Nothing to do with us. These were before us, and they actually looked like that. So this is a Tower Bridge almost completed from the Tower of London, the Norman Keep, looking over Traitor's Gate, up to an almost completed, more recognisable London's Tower Bridge. So they say that there was a con that America or Arizona, a rich guy had said, I want to buy London Bridge. And they went, yeah, all right. He's like, I can take it down and send it over, like, fucking deal. He thought he was getting this one, but he got the other one with no ornamentation whatsoever, the old London Bridge. This is Barry, just on the road from me in South Wales in its heyday, one of the busiest coal ports in the world, along with Cardiff, stacked with ships from all over the world, driving the navies of the world, all of the steamships of the world, from Cardiff and Barry, the biggest coal exporting ports in the world, right up until World War II. That's where the city ended up getting built up and all of the money. So this is Chicago event, and look what they got over the door there. And he's just posing in this door with a reset Chicago. Oh, it looks like a giant lampshade. What does it say on that side? 200 meters. Brick. 200 M brick something. Okay. I don't know. Something about building materials. These set up these pictures, man. Look at the rubble outside and this. Just how can that happen with fire though? Come on. You think that burned? You think that burned? Where's the blackening? Where's the fucking flames? And then it ends up all in rubble like that because of fire. Whatever. That's not ringing true with me. So part of the Great Agar Wall, okay, and this was excavated 1879 near the railway station, central mound called Mond Justine. Great Agar Wall, and as you can see, it's a monster. Imagine that in antiquity. It's a bit like the Great Wall. So, I don't know where Severius Tutulus is, but I'm giving it a guess. I think it's Sicily, if I can remember rightly. This is in a German city. I did have it written down. Oh, it says J.B. Williams, but it's Willems. But as you can see, there's some disturbance in the ether coming off the knobbly bits sort of caught in the photograph, and it's active antiquity. Remember where that city was. I write everything down, but I've got so much going on, so I have to remember everything. Anyway, moving on. 825 of you still here. Okay, this is the Great Fire of Leeds in Britain. So it's not only America that had burnt out cities. You had the Great Fire of Newcastle and Gateshead, which is just incredible because they're sort of different sides of the river, and the Great Fire of Leeds, Yorkshire. The central retail and financial district all burned down in Leeds, as you can see. Looking just like some of the American photos we see, these giant, again, but it's exactly the same architecture, isn't it? Look how many glass panes. Hang on. Fire. Oh, right. Glass-proof, fireproof glass. And is it? Look at the size of that building, guys, for antiquity. It's quite a big city, though, Leeds. It really is. So this is in Scotland, in Clydebank, where they build these things. They build ships at the end of the street. All of these people working in the shipping industry. I think it's declined a bit in the modern day, but they built a super tanker, and look how big it is compared to the houses. It's mad, isn't it? Hi, I'm Adam Cookage. I see. Watch Billy Moore. He was in Lincoln yesterday, and he had some right Lincoln letters on there. If you watch that. This is a Hungarian advert for advertising for a fridge in Hungary. So let's have a look. Okay. That is 50% wicked. That is. So this is the dragon of Krakow in Poland, who in 16 something or other, I don't recall, have booklets out there, came over the city, and he's like rain of fire, scorched it. Imagine that, though. It might be just a frame of reference for some flying craft that breathed fire, but originally dragons didn't breathe fire. They were talking creatures that you could smooth their noses. They were intellectual, actually had glasses and read. So there's that. Or they actually existed, like rain of fire, and burnt out antiquity. And it's not dinosaur bones, they're dragons. Is that? So have you been watching space lately? It's fucking, I just I can go back to the globe. Like, no Photoshop. This is live footage. Happened this week, guys. Honest to God, I was close to tears, man. I was just like overwhelmed. I was like, oh my God. It's just so beautiful. Space is so beautiful. Bullshit! Bam, 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 bam. So the Welsh flag has taken a change since 1902. This is the 1902 Welsh flag. And as you can see, the Welsh flag is standing up. Like, I'm ready to get you. But now he's kneeling down like, I'm your bitch. Something's happened that they made it go stand down. I want the Welsh dragon standing back up with an AK. So there you go. Grid patterns over the Earth. Okay, if you think about the ley lines following the Earth and the epicenter or the center of the ley lines being Mount Meru, now they want all of you to think about Antarctica. So the last 4 months in the flat Earth movement, they haven't even talked about anything else about these fucking dodgy bunch of mean nothing about anything whatsoever, talking about Antarctica. So I think that's a sign for everyone to stop thinking about the exodus to the North Pole. I think they don't want you to go to the North Pole. I don't think they want you to know about lands there. And that's why Trump wants Greenland closer. It's thawing out. It's on in the north, which is why they want us to think about the south. I can guarantee fucking to you. Check this out, though. If you look at the ley lines, all of these are sacred sites. The pyramids, that dot there, you see? And I think that one's Chichen Itza, Yucatan Peninsula, and they line up with sacred sites, okay? And they all make the flower of life on an azimuthal equidistant. Now, I know some people say, well, that map's not real. It's not completely fucking accurate, but I tell you what, put the ley lines over it, it's super juicy and interesting, isn't it? Like, perfect, really. Thank you, Ashley Walker, whoever you are. This one is in Italy, and you can see this tunnel goes under the road, but it's not unusual to dig a tunnel, but it is very beautiful and ancient. Size of that wall, though. This is in Rome. You don't see any people in Rome in early photographs. They got pyramids in Rome. Yeah, there it is. This is Rome. No, it's not, Matt. Yeah, it is, because it's still there today. You can go and see it. I haven't got all shit all over it in the modern day, and there's loads of tourists and stuff. So this was taken and posted on Facebook this week. I think this looks like New Mexico or Arizona or Nevada or something. And this strange solar phenomenon. What is it? I've seen these as well in Arizona. I didn't see the exact color, but they had chunks of these in a rest stop. Fossilized trees, man, they just turned to stone and look really beautiful. Just that heat, that environment makes that happen. It's crazy, isn't it? So a lot of them buildings could have been just carved out of trees and just fossilized, like them Indian carving buildings. Just originally they were wood, and then they ended up stone. Don't even know, like them vaulted ceilings that we see in India. Maybe they started out wood. Just saying. So, being an old guy in the past, yeah, I'm sure he's a famous artist, but I'm not that culturally rich that I know his name. But look at his gaff. Yeah, it's got like tapestries. I love tapestries. I have tapestries up. And just fine furniture, a chest. I love chests. Yeah, they love chests. You can hide things in chests. I didn't mean dead bodies, just things. You can hide things in chests. And a big ashtray as well. Okay, and paint a picture. Like you do. So, Barman had a SkyTrain as well as that other city, which we'll look at in Germany as well. SkyTrains were big business, man. They were everywhere. Didn't see that when I was a kid. Here's one, yeah. Down below, mud. Okay, and horse and carty farty. But they got the SkyTrain, electric SkyTrain, beautiful buildings. Whatever that is hard to even say for the day of horse and carty. But don't worry, they'll invent the car soon. So electric SkyTrains in Germany. And they had them in Liverpool. They were taken down. Other cities, New York had them. Philadelphia still has them. So let's have a look at these ladies. I don't know where they're from. They look like they might be Indian, around somewhere like that. But let's look at their national dress of Antiqua clothes. All of these plates, these jewels, these hats, coins they have, like gypsies over there, protects their pineal gland. I think it amplifies chi energy, this clothing, amplifies consciousness, and I think all of it does it. And I think it makes for a higher state of consciousness. Look how fine and perfect these people are, these beings. There's no acne. Having said that, that might be a birthmark. I'm not saying she got acne. Okay, I do see an imperfection. Oh, hang on. I'm just going to take all what I said back. She's got an imperfection too. She's got zits. She's got a zit. Any of these Russian women got zits? No, all right then. But then what they do have is big silver plates over their chests, haven't they? And that's not just protect you from bullets. That's to amplify your chi. Although they look healthy, they don't look emaciated on that thing. Maybe they don't eat. Maybe they just sustain on them steel plates, feeding their bodies. The ancients had them on their heads. Antiqua head, where to amplify thoughts. Pull that out of the field. And these ladies, if they are, with cone heads, hiding them in them stupid bleeding hats. We know what's going on. I'm going to be embarrassed to buy your cone head. Embrace your cone head. Love your cone head. It's trippy, isn't it, the Veda? Anything to do with like Krishna stuff or Hindu stuff, it's always multi-dimensional trippiness. That's why I enjoy it so much. Seeing future events, and if that is that is an illuminated spirit. He is illuminated. I can see he's illuminated, and he's lit up. He's fucking lit up. That's where I'm trying to get to be able to light up. Just find that key, that chi key inside, and light the fuck up like this man here. He needs nothing. He has everything. But the wall. And I've seen this town on documentaries. They don't know how it's done. It's ancient, polished, and you can just put a straight edge on it, and it's just mint. They don't know how it's done because obviously they're not supposed to have them technologies. Copper chisels. Seeing future events is possible. Remote viewing is completely possible, I believe. I think that I do it. I think that I see. Otherwise, how have I got so much right? Called it all in the last few years. This is in Berlin. It cracks me up that they got this level of architecture. See little pillboxes and no people. Just massive. Classical themed Gothic type buildings. So yeah, this is basically full of skulls. I can't remember where it is exactly. I think it was in sort of Croatia way, so the Balkans somewhere. And it's full of skulls. Antiqua dead. I definitely think they're making a charge. So this was spring, arriving in Glastonbury tour on St Michael's ley line. All the hippies from Glastonbury all over the south of England go up to the top of the tour in the morning to welcome in the spring and have a chill, which is absolutely fantastic. Love it up there. So yeah, knights go fucking bonkers, don't they? Have a look at them. Look at these medieval knights here. I think that's a nun. There's a lady over there having a dip in the well with in the all together. Ooh. Okay, coming back for a minute. I don't know how long I've been talking. Feels like many years have passed since I started this vlog. Basically, I was only 16 when I started this vlog. 865 of you. God, okay, bring some else up. No, and then I'm going to cut out. So make sure, yes, it's been a busy week. I've done literally, I can't even tell you how many videos I have done this week. Maybe 5, 6. So, excuse me. And my old videos, I've only been uploading 1 or 2 recently because I've got like 1,000 on a hard drive. They're not all publishable because the things I say years ago was not going to be permitted anymore. But some of them, oh my God, I was like literally on it. I'm like, Jesus, I was fucking early. Right, Knights Kick Ass. Let's have a look at some Knights Kick Ass. Now, it's been part of my narrative for years now that it's not stabby with knights. It is electrocute your ass with knights. And probably the arches that you so see in the arches of Rome, etc., are to demagnify you after you've been on, said medieval battlefield. And this has been ongoing. Same narrative with this St. George chap taking on the dragon. You can see he's taking out the dragon to win the hand of fair maiden, because this is how you used to do it in the past. It was no like blind dating and stuff. You literally had to go and kill a dragon. Be a whole. It's craziness, but that's what happens. But times change. Gotta be honest. So in the old Nurembergers, they used to have in the 1600s, they used to have electrical knights with swords doing electrical things here, sort of touching lightning, etc. in the Nurembergers. So we've seen, I put that out there maybe 8 years ago now, but it is a fact that these exist. So you can buy chainmail, knight's chainmail online. To protect you from electromagnetic radiation. They protect you from electricity and EM. Coincidentally, knights are covered in chainmail. So do you think? Also, robotic knights. Some robots could have been just that, robots. Knights could be robots. Like somebody said in comments earlier. Or is it a worm, a parasite, that occupies knights? No, never get. I hope I get to that answer. So here's some knight's armor from old. I have many examples, but I'm not sure I can show the knights because of codpiece things, and YouTube's all weird. So see this helmet of the knights? If you wore this in the Battle of Agincourt and then you fell over into the mud, you die. So just don't fall over. To be an awesome knight, you have to be invincible, like Tristan, Tristan, like I told you about earlier. He's the Black Knight, he's invincible. This is the truthers. This is the truther movement. This is what we've become to, guys, the truther movement. We take so much flack. This is like a British got 1 leg left, 2 arms leg, and he's like, come on, I'll bite you in your features. Yeah? We'll fight them on the beaches, I mean. There he is. It's only a flesh wound. This is what it is to be a wiggly flat thumbist, okay? And I'm a knight as well. I am King Arthur. I'm Merlin. So there is some bad press. This is Charlemagne, but they had only used swords in his time. They come on a little bit later, like this. He's like, shit the bed. What is that? The thing is, when you're a knight and you want to go to the toilet, there's a big problem. It takes 20 minutes or half an hour to get it off, and you need 2 people to help you. By that time, obviously, it's all over with, which some people don't actually mind. So there's that, I think. So yeah, there's a sky thing. I don't know what to make of that. Okay, he just arrived. This is a robot from outer space. He's just arrived. This lady's asking him questions like, he's asking her questions like, titties and take me to your dealer. The 2 normalist. These are the first 2 questions an alien would ask is titties and take me to your dealer. So here is a knight and a Ottoman knight with the real reason for the scepter you see with queens and kings. Yeah, little Vajra engine, or Vajra engine. Oh, I like that. Creating a charge, and then you get your shield to protect you from the maximum plasma burstage. And if you get a direct one, yeah, it's basically game over. So that is what's really going on with knights, is electricity and not stabby. Now I have, I'm going to show you now. See these? These are Cybermen. I was in the Cybermen, basically. You know, like Borgs get simulated. Well, I was simulated in the Cybermen for a little while, but like cults, I got out. Here you go. As you can see, I have a Cyberman. That's the 70s birds. They were much better than modern day, weren't they? But this was what it was all about, is Burnellium. I think they're surrendering. Doctor Who. I used to love Doctor Who. Don't watch it anymore, though, because it's television. And it's the BBC. And I wouldn't watch the BBC if I was fucking paid. No way, Jose. Okay, I've been talking for 2 hours, 35 minutes. I don't actually think I can talk too much longer, guys, because basically I've done so much work this week. Literally, my brain's going to pop off. You have a Cyberman radio, Simo? Do you? This one I've been trying to fix. It's got like a little power pack, and it actually does talk and shit. So, fuck me, let me just take my thing. So, as you can see. They don't say exterminate or anything in Cybermen, so I couldn't do any Cyberman sounds. I'm very sorry. Okay. Zandy, thank you for being here and bringing your vibration. I hope everything was cutchy and fuzzy and nice in chat. Because this realm is... People would like to have it all like sucky, wouldn't they? Fucking hell. Try doing that in my party and bring you bad mood in my party, see what happens to you. I think Tom Baker was my favourite Doctor Who, Neil. John Pertwee. Tom Baker was my favourite. He was brilliant. And he had the sexiest assistant going, didn't he? That woman with the dressed as like a red Indian. Besides Martin, Kung Fu is totally epic and without question, the cutting edge of the truth community. I know, spread the word. It's weird, isn't it? Sure, people have been here for years. No score, Kim. Dragon Siege. I 3D printed the TARDIS Raspberry Pi case. Yeah, that is pretty geeky, sir. Sorry, Dragon Siege. But I dig it. Well, it's not really geeky. I've got a Cyberman helmet, so I can't say nothing. Do you want it? Yeah, I want my... Oh, do I want your Cyberman thing? So you send it if you want. I love some Doctor Who stuff, but to be honest, I got like a lot of stuff just gathering dust. I'm a bit of a hoarder, if the truth be known. Leaf Cat, good to see you, guy. You're cool for saying I'm cool. No, I don't work like that. Well, thanks anyway, mate. JT. Mitzi. I was scared of Daleks as well. Oh, I was petrified of Daleks when I was a kid. Fucking hell. Exterminate. I was like, oh, fucking hell. When I was little, I used to have to go to bed early, but when I was really little, like 5 or something, and my mother used to let me stay up late on a Saturday to watch Doctor Who. And I think it come on at 7 and finished at about 7, something like that, which was late for me as little. It's time for you to go to your bedroom, but it's not at the end of the world when I went to bed because I had like a telly and a system and everything. I didn't have to go to sleep, just do my shit. David? I had a Dalek money box, did you? Yeah, I know, Kate, but if they're going to replace him with Christopher Eccleston and Fluffy Piper is coming back as well. So there's that. But I'm not going to watch it unless there's clips on YouTube because I'm not going to watch BBC. I've watched television for 25 fucking years. I'm not going to start watching it now. Literally, since before I was on the internet and shit, yeah, I was off television. I won't tell her. I watched the odd history program, yeah, but mostly reading and being out. Years ago, before the internet, that's all we did, guys. We was just always out, bimbling, we used to call it, yeah. Mobile mix, get out on the woods, fucking just constantly. We were never in. We were never ever in as a kid when we was young. Always out having a great time. Always. Pavel, good to see you. Damn, now I know what's going on here. Cool helmet. I know it's a strange realm. We've had a strange time. I don't know what. I will double check on my translation from French Latin. I know it's not a precise science, but I think that's how the story went, and it was based on a true story. So glad to see there was not too much going on. Mr. Razda, thank you again. Okay, well, I'm going to be back midweek. I've got all sorts going on that I can't remember. I've written it all down. I've got loads going on in the community. Simo, is that you, bro? Simo, good to see you, man. And okay, I stopped watching Doctor Who. Well, I can't do it. It's too. Do the Okie Wokie, Dale Johnson. Awesome content again. Thank you. It's been a very busy week, as I said. Loads of videos to catch up on. Make sure to catch them. Some really juicy, mind-blowing stuff just lately. Vibes. David Tennant was a good one. Yeah, he was brilliant. He was, actually. I'll give him that. I like David Tennant. Alva Billy. Simone. I didn't watch that series, though. Only bits. Gayleen, good to see you. You always a breath of fresh air. Fucking, do you think that's air you're breathing? I don't need air. Bob Sykes, remember I said that I beat up Bruce Lee and I got panther-like reflexes and I'm super quick? I am. Let's see my reflexes. I dropped something the other day and caught it before I hit the floor. I was like, I'm super fucking quick. I can't even believe how quick I am. Not in all things though. TJ, thanks for weighing in, Bear. Much love to you, my brother. Okay, well, it's called Truthtainment. It's a whole new thing. I hope I put like the medieval period into perspective for you, especially the age of chivalry. Now we understand how lucky we are. You know, years ago, you used to have like 20,000 to die just to get a girlfriend. Fucking terrible days. Tatarian stuff. I've been talking about all of this since 2017, and the earliest I started talking about history stuff was late 2016. So it's been a long old road. Neil Young is right up there with Garth Brooks. Oh, he fucking is, Alva Billy. I used to love his records, but what a toss pot. Never knew. Found out recently. Oh no. Helpless, helpless, helpless. The most miserable fucking song in reality as well. That was the best album ever, was Deja Vu, right? Every single track is fucking brilliant. Almost cut my hair. Happened just the other day. I want to fucking cry right now. And then he sticks Helpless in there. Fucks the whole album up. Every time I skipped that track. Helpless. Fucking killed that track. Tommy, thank you. That's what I should do. I should be a critic of albums. I should do YouTubes of telling you what I think of certain albums. That would be brilliant. So, what do you reckon on Sharon Tate up the duff with fucking Charles Manson's baby then? You know, there was a turn up for the books. Whew. Didn't know that one, did you? Made the Every time I see that name, I feel like I've done something really, really wrong, but I haven't. CCR. Blasphemy. Great show. Thank you, Kathy. Creedence Clearwater Revival, one of my favourite ever. They're playing here in April in Cardiff, and I really would like to go to see them. Find something to go with. I had to cook. Watch that video I said later. Yeah, do that. Neil Young, big fan. Oh, yeah, he is. He went right fucking like that, Charles, a couple of years ago. All or Nothing with Billy Moore, Adam, walks, all in places that we went. I thought he'll never get up that fucking hill up to the top of Lincoln. I bet he'll fucking kill him. That hill, going up to Lincoln Cathedral, is like that. And even for young people, they're like... fucking terrible. Godfrey, when's the next meetup? I'm not sure, mate. I've been thinking about it. I don't know. I don't know. I could organise one and fucking hundreds would turn up. It's just, I just don't know. I'm super busy researching at the moment. When the mood takes me, I'll do it. Nice hangout. Okay, do you all feel fuzzy? Don't feel got a fuzzy feeling. Do you know what that is? That's me doing that to you. Okay, we're going home now. I only have one Coca-Cola before anyone moans in my comments saying, oh, that's poison. I know. I'm having it for the sugar so I can carry on talking to you. It's called drugs. Oh, you have got fuzzy wuzzies? Yeah, I know. So, where else on the internet can you go for that fuzzy feeling? Yeah, that loving fucking fuzzy feeling. Yeah? Tickle my belly. Ooh, Marcia. Just chilling today, watching a great show. Thank you. Thank you, Marcia. I got sent a picture. Jilly painted a picture of it's on my wall by there, of a flat earth cafe in the desert, and it's got dead trees outside, and it looks like the loneliest building on earth. So I was wondering if it was an analogy for like the flat earth movement. It's not. It's not. All of that, what they did, nobody took no blind bit of notice. You see, flat earth British give a shit? Fucking no. Cause don't do what other people tell. Oh, think what I think. Where? I don't like you. Don't think what I'm thinking. It's a strange story. The Beatles is the weirdest, but all of these groups that were in Woodstock, you know, the stories behind them are just nuts. I couldn't even believe what I was hearing about Crosby, Stills, and Nash. Man. Fucking hell. Apparently, they both Stills, who ended up getting arrested in Texas because he was fucking wanted for drugs. They hunted him down like a wild animal. Stills, who was the druggie of the group, the bad one, he was in love with Joan Baez, and I'm not surprised because she was quite hot. She went off with Stephen Stills, and then they had that, you know, like that bros before hoes thing didn't actually work for them, and it caused a flux in the band. Apparently. So, Joan Baez. Okay, I'm going to go. Make sure to subscribe. Make sure to like. Donate if you want. Anything else. Just do good things. Bring good love and vibration to the realm. Be excited. Be very excited about all things. Wake up every day and go, fuck yeah, fuck yeah. Well, maybe not that bad, because that would probably your neighbours would think you'd be on drugs or something. Nowhere else can you get better here, Martin. Love you all in chat. We're getting chat loves. Let's have a big communal chat hug. We call them cutches in Wales. Hugs, snuggles, cutches. I'm stoned, rub my belly. Another realm channel. Good to see you. And Simone and 16 off. Do not take the brown acid. The brown acid is bad. That's what fucking our Garfunkel said on stage, wasn't it, before? Simon and Garfunkel's set, that's what he stated. He said, brown acid is bad. It's like, fucking hell, it's too late now. I've already had it. Rob, good to see you. They all look happy enough in Woodstock. All little happy, little hippies all covered in shit. Oh. Don't religion me. Scaring me. Cool Craps and Race Tracks. It's a bit like Kool and the Gang. They were awesome, Kool and the Gang. And they literally had their own recording contract, which wasn't actually favourable outside of the medium of making money back in the day. They did persevere, and I like that sort of attitude. Ah, right. Oh, it's all coming out about Paul Young, Neil Young. Paul Young, he's another fucking, don't fussed on him either. Oh, Erica. What's up to you, Erica, in New Mexico? It's windy, is it? Ooh, all that dust blowing up everywhere. Ooh. Della. I was just on about how beautiful Santa Fe was. Eleanor, Gavin, I'm going to run out with steam in my head. I'm going to pop off. Gotta go. Okay, we got 750 of you. So if 750 of you click that like because you enjoyed this video, I'd at least get 750 likes. So let's see that happen. For all my endless efforts, I was up like literally from 8:30 this morning doing all of this because I've been so busy all week with other stuff. It's just round the clock. It's brilliant. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to do the last this has been a wiggly flat thumb production by Marticus Galahad. I know, it's fun, isn't it? Okay, I'm going. Okay, love and light. Thank you, Simone. Okay, I'll see you on the next one. I'll be back in a few days. Keep an eye on my channel page, and I'll fill you in on all the juicy things that are coming soon as. Okay, that's where you find all the info. Okay. Okay, we all had a wonderful night. Yay. Success. Okay, I gotta go. Renault Steve. See you later.